Welcome to the Fantasy Audiobook. Sign in. I became a full-time hunter after awakening my talent. Chapter 1. Ding! Congratulations to the host for completing today's sign-in and getting attribute points +10. Ding! Congratulations to the host for completing today's sign-in and getting a random skill book, Gathering Technique. Ding! Congratulations to the host for completing today's sign-in and getting skill points +10. 10 years passed in a blink of an eye. Magic City Middle and High. Finally, I've waited for the job change day. I don't know what job I can change to after 18 years of training. If I can't become a combat job, but become a life job, my life will be ruined. Don't worry, experts have already done an investigation. Job change is related to parents' genes. If your parents are both summoners, then your chance of changing to become a summoner is almost 100%. Don't worry. That's right. Some people don't worry, so why should we worry? Don't forget, someone in our class, his father is a miner, his mother is a smelter, he. Ha ha ha, ha ha ha. As this weird voice sounded, everyone's eyes slowly fell on Lin Chen. Lin Chen was obviously used to such ridicule. He ignored these people and stared out the window in a daze. 18 years. It has been 18 years since I came to this world. Finally, the day of job transfer has come. On the first day of the journey, Lin Chen awakened the system, but all the rewards, such as attribute points, skill books, skill points, etc., must wait until the job transfer is completed before they can be used. That means that Lin Chen has to wait for 18 years. In these 18 years, just because his parents are in the life profession, he has been excluded everywhere in this aristocratic school. He has been ridiculed everywhere. Why? Life will only get better and better. Mom and Dad, wait, your son will help you in the future. Lin Chen murmured, closed his eyes, and waited for the job transfer. Unlike Earth, this is a world where everyone can transfer jobs. At the age of 18, everyone will have an opportunity to transfer jobs, either combat or life professions, one step to heaven, one step to hell. And today is the job transfer day. All students, please be quiet. Today is the day you become adults and the day you enter the God War land. Every year, this day attracts the attention of the whole country, and even the whole world. Our Magic City Middle School sends more than 1,000 combat professionals and 3,000 life professionals to the God War land every year. It is the school with the highest delivery rate in the entire Magic City and even the whole country. I believe that this year will be the same. I believe that everyone will definitely create more miracles for my Magic City Middle School. The head teacher Ren Chu encouraged the students, and then looked at Lin Chen in the corner with some worry between his eyebrows. He always felt that this child was a little special. He came from an ordinary family and his parents were both in life professions, but he could enter this aristocratic school. Not only that, there was also the energy in this child, who was extremely self-disciplined, ranked first in physical fitness test, theoretical knowledge, and all indicators. But unfortunately, talent determines the height in the future. Everyone get ready. In an hour, I will take you to the awakening place in the God War land. After speaking, Ren Chu went out of the classroom directly to arrange the subsequent awakening. At this time, Lin Chen slowly opened his eyes and looked out the window. The land of God's War. I heard from my parents that I have a brother who is a combat professional. Because of his special status, he is unknown to others, and I don't know when I can meet him. For 18 years, I have only often heard my parents talk about him, but I have never seen him in person. However, every time my parents mentioned him, they were full of pride, and every time there was a festival, someone would come to send money, wine, and supplies. Those things were of great value. This also indicates that my brother's position is definitely not low. And his identity is special and must be kept secret. Lin Chen thought of the special warfare profession. In this world, the plane invasion has exceeded 100 years. According to legend, the land of God's War is the will of the heaven of Blue Star, and the purpose is to prevent the creatures of Blue Star from being slaughtered by creatures of other planes. The God War land is not a specific place, but a general term for those invading planes. Now there are more than 1,000 God War lands of all sizes in the entire Blue Star, and there are battles in each place every day. As time goes by, the strength of mankind becomes stronger and stronger. Compared with the beginning of the world change, the God War land now represents more resources. Where there are resources, there is plunder. Special warfare high-level professionals are such civil servants. It is also the most desirable title for all combat professions. 1 hour later, a light gate stood on the high square of the Magic City, and all the graduates, as many as 10,000 people, gathered together. An old man stood on the light gate and gave a lecture. This light gate is the entrance to the dungeon selection of the God War Land. You just need to follow the prompts and select the dungeon, and you can directly enter the God War Land adventure. The God War Land you awakened this time is Goblin Canyon, the lowest God War dungeon in the entire Blue Star. Before you enter, you will receive a task prompt, whether it is a combat system or a life system, mainly depending on this task prompt. The task prompt requires you to collect, smelt or other, then you are a life system profession. Just choose a simple dungeon to complete it, don't force it, otherwise you won't even get a life system profession. The task prompt requires you to kill a certain number of monsters, or what kind of materials are dropped by killing monsters, or other things, then you are a combat system player. Choose a medium or high-level dungeon and complete the task. Here, I want to remind the students who are about to become combat professionals that the higher the difficulty of the dungeon, the stronger the bloodline skills after awakening, but at the same time, there is only one mission opportunity, so cherish it. No matter what kind of mission it is, you will complete the final job transfer only after getting the corresponding job transfer certificate. Summoning, swordsman, gunner, mage, spell, etc. Job transfer certificates can be obtained here. Everything depends on hard work. Remember the skills you have learned in the past 18 years. Success or failure depends on today. Everyone, work hard. In addition, this job transfer will be broadcast live to the whole school. Those who perform well will receive special rewards from the college. The first student will be awarded a title medal of Awakening Level Strongman. What does this mean? I believe everyone knows it. After the old man finished speaking, thousands of students instantly became agitated. Even Lin Chen had a gleam in his eyes. Awakening level strongmen are blessed with the title medal, and Lord level monsters will automatically retreat. For those who are still weak, it is a token of immunity from death. If it is given to parents who are working as a living, they can definitely protect their lives when they collect resources in the dungeon. I want this first place. This reward finally aroused Lin Chen's interest. Looking at the students who were eager to try, the old man was quite satisfied, and then he waved his hand and shouted, "Countdown. 10, 9, 8. As the countdown ended, the 10 students began to walk into the light gate one by one. Half an hour later, Lin Chen entered completely. He felt a flash of light in front of his eyes, and 3 choices appeared in front of him. Goblin Land Number 1, Species, Wolf Fang Goblin, Thrower Goblin, Difficulty, Simple, can produce job transfer certificates, all life professions. Goblin Land Number 2, Species, Goblin Giant, Armored Goblin, Difficulty, Medium, can produce job transfer certificates, all series. Goblin Land Number 3, Species, Mutated Goblin, Difficulty, Nightmare, can produce job transfer certificates, all series. There are more details below. You can go there in a team, each taking what you need. The number of team members is limited 1 to 5 people. Note, Goblin, the carnivore of the dwarf tribe, is brutal by nature and likes flesh and blood. Please do not approach casually. After reading the message, Lin Chen didn't think twice and didn't hesitate at all. He directly clicked the nightmare level and entered the dungeon. Wait, I seem to have seen some tips. A student entered the dungeon without accepting any job transfer tasks. Who the hell am I to do such a stupid thing? It's really infuriating. How can there be such a person without any common sense? The teachers in charge of statistics suddenly shouted in anger, attracting the attention of more teachers. What's going on? What the hell? Lin Chen is looking for death. Lin Chen's teachers were startled in vain. They were puzzled. How could the top student Lin Chen choose the nightmare level dungeon without accepting the task? And he was alone. Where did he get the courage? Or who gave him the courage? Gone. You know, going into a nightmare level dungeon alone, without changing jobs, is tantamount to seeking death. Even the most evil generation back then, no one dared to do this. And Lin Chen, a person whose parents are both living and whose blood is so ordinary, actually dared to take such a risk. Aren't you afraid of death? Do you really want to die? If it were me, I would definitely run away. Crazy. This Lin Chen is absolutely crazy. Ren Chu ran out cursing and looked for a remedy from the school, but after 3 or 5 minutes, he came back with a sullen face, still cursing. Nonsense. This Lin Chen is just fooling around. You don't want to die like this. The other teachers' faces sank, and they looked ahead without blinking, extremely shocked. This kid is driven crazy. He is driven. This kid has been strong since he was young. In his opinion, he would rather fight to death than become a mediocre player. This guy, I really don't know what to say about him. Lin Chen, this kid, still refuses to accept his fate. The teachers sighed. It's over. This kid is finished. As everyone knows, if you go to the copy without receiving the job transfer task, it means that in this nightmare level copy, Lin Chen has to brush the whole map. The whole map, no monsters left. No resources left. That is something that only all professions can do. And all professions, that is a legendary existence. Does this kid want to rely on those low-level skills to brush the entire nightmare level copy alone? Principal Li Daoyuan raised his eyebrows slightly. Extract his information. I want to see if this student has any confidence, or is he an idiot who wants to die? Minutes later, both parents have a living profession. Principal Li Daoyuan fell into a brief silence, and then said helplessly, according to the compensation for combat professions, give this child's parents a pension. Although this is Lin Chen's own choice, he is a student of our school after all. Such a temper. Alas, future students should strengthen their psychological construction courses. The words of the old principal who has seen countless people are tantamount to sentencing Lin Chen to death. Other leaders and teachers also sighed dejectedly. Lin Chen, the first in all items this year, is a child with perseverance, but it's a pity that his bloodline is too ordinary. Ah, I didn't expect this child's temper to be so stubborn. His life and career are not bad, at least he can still live, but why should he embarrass himself? In their opinion, Lin Chen is doomed to die. Congratulations on coming to the world of goblins. Heavenly Path Scan. The challenger does not carry any job transfer tasks. If you want to leave, you must light up all the bonfires in the map. Ding. No job transfer tasks are detected. If you want to leave, you must clear all the invading monsters in the dungeon. Ding. No job transfer tasks are detected. If you want to leave, you must clear all the resources in the dungeon. Just arriving at the dungeon, Lin Chen heard a series of prompts. Solo. Lin Chen's eyes showed some expectation. I have been patient for so many years, just waiting for this day. I hope the system will not lie to me. Among the many rewards he has received for signing in for so many years, there is a book called Detailed Explanation of All Occupations. It records that there is an extremely special profession, Hunter x Hunter. At the beginning, do not accept any job transfer tasks, and then solo nightmare level dungeons. After clearing the entire map, you will get all the privileges of all professions. All systems, including life systems. His goal is to be a hunter of all systems. The only profession in the world. This is his ambition, Lin Chen. Let's start. Lin Chen started to clear the map. Look at Lin Chen's outfit. So weird. Knife, sword, shield, staff, spell book, broom, axe, etc., all hanging behind him, placed on a very strange round turntable. With this kind of weight, can he still run? If he meets a monster, won't he become a sitting duck? Equipment accounts for the weight. In theory, it is impossible for Lin Chen, a rookie who has not yet changed his job, to take a step with so many things on his back. However, Lin Chen rushed into the goblin camp and started fighting with light steps. A slide, a sword strike, a knife chop, a barbecue. In 3 or 2 seconds, an ordinary goblin was killed in seconds, and exploded into a pile of gold coins. Then, the speed increased and the other one was fought. His skillful operation and fighting power shocked the teachers. Are these skills of his really just elementary skills? The damage is so impressive. The weapon rack behind him is quite extraordinary. It doesn't even weigh him down, and he can change the most suitable weapon for him to use as he wants. This kid, but it's a pity that he can't get out of the dungeon, and his talent is useless. Moreover, I don't think he can kill the last mutant goblin with these elementary skills he usually uses for training. Yes, all this is in vain. Lin Chen showed his strength, but no one was optimistic. Spell, slow down, small fireball spell. Sword pick. Blade slash. After some operations, the bonfire in the room was successfully lit. Without any delay, Lin Chen entered the next room. Still skilled, passed without any surprise. 4 rooms in a row, without losing a single drop of health. Lin Chen's operation attracted the attention of all the teachers and students in the school. He's so fast at clearing dungeons. The first team next door has just cleared the first room, and this Lin Chen has already cleared 4 rooms alone. This is too strong. Proficiency. Look at his smooth combo. His proficiency is even far beyond those combatants who have graduated many years ago. Although they are all elementary skills, this fluency is absolutely impossible without decades of training. This Lin Chen, as rumored, has great perseverance. But it's a pity. Elementary is just elementary after all, and the skill damage is limited after all. If you really reach the last level, I'm afraid you can't even break the boss's defense. After all, fate plays tricks on people. No matter how hard you struggle, the final outcome will be the same. After exclaiming, others also saw the problem. Besides, we are about to go to the material collection room. Without the life awakening task, I wonder how he can complete the collection task. If he fails to complete the collection, the bonfire in the room cannot be lit, and he will be trapped in the dungeon forever, with the same ending. That's the end. Lin Chen's current performance is amazing enough. But it is only a flash in the pan after all. The ending is still fixed. However, in the blink of an eye, Lin Chen appeared in the material collection room. He reached out to a piece of grass. Ding, the collection technique is activated, and fluorescent grass +1 is obtained. He patted a pile of glowing stones. Ding, the mining technique is activated, and iron ore +1 is obtained. He patted, extremely quickly and skillfully. As soon as the bonfire in the room was lit, Lin Chen turned around and went into the next room. The teachers and students were stunned. Gathering skills, mining skills, hunting skills, cutting skills, a total of 8 life skills. Lin Chen actually learned them all. There are 2 ways to learn these 8 skills. One is to change jobs to become a life skill, which can be learned by spending skill points, and the other is skill books. Skill books are in short supply. Is Lin Chen's family so rich? As the head teacher who knows Lin Chen best, Ren Chu naturally knows that this is impossible. Lin Chen's family can never afford skill books, let alone 8 at a time. Maybe Lin Chen has other opportunities. Even if there is, learning a skill book will consume at least 1 skill point. At his current level, it is good enough to max out the primary skills. He can even have some extra points to learn life skills. Do you think there is anything that makes people a possibility? This Lin Chen has skill stones that can be exchanged for skill points. Impossible. Ren Chu directly denied this speculation. Lin Chen's family background can never support such consumption. Life-related professions, it is good enough to ensure the family's food and clothing. It is impossible to buy such a high-priced thing as skill stones. Even the rich families in the school can't afford it. Skill stones are controlled by the top leaders of the country. There is a price but no market, let alone the possibility of being sold on the market. So what you mean is that he used those primary skill points to learn 8 life skill books. Then how to calculate the damage of his primary skills? I can't figure it out. Maybe he only selected a set of primary skills, and he didn't learn the others. In that case, the skill CD can block him. But in the next second, in the new room, Lin Chen used a new combo. Spell, increase strength. Up, shock punch, knee bounce, dunk, instantly killed a goblin. This Lin Chen. The faces of all the teachers and students in the school became serious, including the principal, who stood up with a frown and stared at Lin Chen. This Lin Chen is not right. Maybe he can let us see a miracle. Although it is very small, but the principal's eyes suddenly scattered some inexplicable light, and shouted behind him, Xiao Yun, send the live link to the combat department of the God War Land. Secret Art. Xiao Yun raised his eyebrows, combat department. But the principal. Before he finished speaking, the principal waved his hand to interrupt. I have my own way to solve all the consequences. But Lin Chen, this child, I must keep him safe. The battle continued. As the monster level increased, Lin Chen's speed began to slowly drop. Finally, I'm going to run out of energy. It still doesn't work. It's just a low-level skill after all. The teachers sighed, and Lin Chen's dungeon journey ended here. But in the next second, with a groundbreaking slash, the live broadcast room was filled with lava, and the goblin elite monsters wailed instantly, and a large amount of damage rose up, turning into a series of light balls and gold coins all over the ground. Instant kill. It's still a combat profession, the exclusive skill of the swordsman, groundbreaking slash. Wow, all the teachers and students in the school couldn't stand it. Groundbreaking slash is an intermediate skill that can only be learned after the ordinary skill blade slash is maxed out and the profession is changed to the swordsman profession. How could he, who hasn't changed his profession yet, be able to do it? There are two possibilities: 1, skill book. 2, he is a swordsman. Everyone. When the principal saw the earth-splitting slash, his body trembled. Another skill book. Do you really think skill books are cabbages? As knowledgeable as the principal is, he thought of a possibility. Innate skills. And it is an innate awakening skill, not an acquired talent formed by the reward given by the heaven after the job change. Innate talents are generally extremely amazing. How many secrets are there in this kid? Thinking of this, the light in the principal's eyes became brighter and brighter, and the whole person became a little excited. Call his class teacher over, the principal said, and within a few minutes, Ren Chu was brought to the principal. The principal came straight to the point. Did Lin Chen awaken his talent before he changed his job? Ren Chu shook his head. No, we will test their talents before entering the job change dungeon. Except for Sima Meisheng from the Sima family, no one in this class has awakened their talents. Wait, what does the principal mean? Ren Chu looked at Lin Chen, who was fighting in the live broadcast, and suddenly realized, you mean, Lin Chen suddenly awakened his talent before entering the dungeon. So, he dared to play the demon-level dungeon alone. The principal did not comment, and looked at Lin Chen in the live broadcast, liking him even more. This kid is interesting. Hiding his shortcomings, fearlessness, courage, and perseverance are all top choices. If he can really complete this challenge of playing the entire map alone, this kid can join the Special Operations Department. Special Operations Department. These 3 words made Chu Shan's pupils tremble, and he repeated subconsciously. Special Operations Department Lin Chen. Hiss. Not only Chu Shan, but almost everyone in the entire conference room couldn't help but take a breath after hearing the 3 words, Special Warfare Department. The 3 words, God Warfare Department, are really too heavy. Generally speaking, only parents, even grandparents, and grandparents-in-law are all super elites in the combat system, and there is a 1 in 10,000 chance of entering. First pass the assessment of the God Warfare Department, and then enter the God Warfare Department. Does Lin Chen really have such potential? The dean adjusted his glasses and looked at the principal in disbelief. Lin Chen's performance just now was indeed amazing enough, but his parents, after all, were only the lowest level life-related professions. No matter how evil, hardworking, and perseverant Lin Chen is, he can't pass the assessment of the God Warfare Department. He doesn't even have the qualifications to participate in the assessment of the God Warfare Department. Be patient. While many teachers were talking, the principal waved his hand and spoke immediately. If he can clear this nightmare-level dungeon solo, then everything is possible. Think about it, before the job change, before joining the God War Department, do those rare super geniuses have the ability to clear the nightmare-level dungeon map solo? When the principal said this, the conference room was silent. All their focus and center of gravity were on Lin Chen's bloodline and origin. Until the principal spoke at this time, everyone suddenly realized. Without job change, clear the nightmare-level dungeon solo. If Lin Chen can do it, then he really has the possibility of joining the God War Department. The premise is that Lin Chen can do it. But can he really do it? The answer is, I don't know. Now when everyone looks at the live broadcast screen again, they are guessing in their hearts whether Lin Chen will kill all monsters and collect all resources, or will he be trapped in this map dungeon, or will he be killed by the last Lord Boss? No one knows the final answer. At this time, Lin Chen has passed through 8 rooms and lit the bonfires in 8 rooms. The nightmare level map copy requires a total of 16 rooms. That is to say, he still has half of the room to go through. As he went deeper, the monsters around him became more and more powerful, and they could not be easily killed in seconds like at the beginning. Seeing Lin Chen, who was getting more and more exhausted. Many teachers in the conference room sighed. Ah, is it still not working? Is it here? It should be the limit. Everyone felt that Lin Chen's physical strength and magic power were almost consumed. Physical strength and magic power are directly linked to blood. Hey, this kid is very strong, but his parents are both living professions after all. Don't look at him killing people just now. Now his physical strength and magic power are probably consumed completely. But in the next second, everyone suddenly stared. What is that? The Book of Magic. The Book of Life. In the conference room, the whole audience was silent again. They saw that behind Lin Chen, 2 magic circles, one blue and one red, were suspended. There were many mysterious runes flowing on these 2 magic circles. The Book of Magic Power can continuously restore magic power during the duration. The Book of Life can continuously restore the body's loss and physical energy during the duration. Before the job change, it is as difficult as ascending to heaven to learn these 2 skills, and the skill book is even more rare. How many miracles are there in this kid? Principal Li Daoyuan stared at the magic screen, and he felt his heartbeat speed up a lot. After 50 years of qi cultivation, he couldn't hold it back when he saw Lin Chen's amazing performance. Other teachers looked at Lin Chen as if they saw a ghost. Lin Chen's bloodline is indeed ordinary, but he has done everything he can to train and strengthen himself, except for his bloodline, to the extreme. Especially those skill books. Such a person is a hardworking and persevering genius. Everyone realized that Lin Chen's speed slowed down not because of physical exhaustion or magic exhaustion, but because he needed time to build a magic circle. Everything is for a better battle. Under the gaze of many teachers, he recovered perfectly and rushed into the next room again. A huge sword appeared in his hand. Then Lin Chen also killed many monsters in the room. Ding! Kill the Goblin Centurion, get meat too, get wild strawberry too. Ding! Kill the Throwing Goblin, get broken bones too, get flying stones too. Ding! Kill the Throwing Goblin, get flying disc 5, get Molotov cocktail 5. Ha! Flying disc, good stuff. After getting the flying disc, Lin Chen used it directly. The flying disc is dark gold in color, engraved with many ancient runes. After this kind of disc is infused with magic power, it can collide and attack 8 times without rules. Swoosh! With Lin Chen's casual wave, 5 flying discs flew out directly. The goblins not far away were constantly shot in the head. After the flying disc shot a goblin in the head, it changed direction due to the collision and collided in another direction. In the office, after seeing Lin Chen's method, all the teachers' faces once again showed expressions of astonishment. The rune disc can indeed collide and attack 8 times, but that requires the primary throwing skill to be maxed out. This boy has not only perfected his basic skills, he has also maxed out his gathering skills. Now he has even perfected his throwing skills. As long as he can get out of the nightmare level dungeon, he will definitely be able to join the God War Division. Principal Li Daoyuan's words were the final word. Although many teachers were shocked, they all nodded. Lin Chen did not disappoint everyone. In a short while, he had swept through 15 rooms. Next, there was only 1 room left. As long as he defeated the Lord Boss in this room and lit the bonfire, Lin Chen could successfully pass the dungeon of this nightmare level room. However, the next room was more difficult than all the previous rooms. Lin Chen, can you really do it? In the conference room, everyone held their breath nervously. If Lin Chen succeeded, a miracle would be born. If Lin Chen failed, a genius would fall completely. Standing outside the rune light door in the last room, Lin Chen was very excited. Job change mission. Hunter x Hunter 15/16. His mind fell into the sea of consciousness, and he could clearly see this task prompt. He only needed one last step to become a Hunter x Hunter with all the abilities of the combat system and the life system. He even had the abilities of Hunter x Hunter. This is a super profession with all the abilities of swordsman, gunner, fighter, summoner, qigong master, exorcist, alchemist, etc. And he, Lin Chen, was only one step away from becoming a Hunter x Hunter. Take a deep breath, and Lin Chen also stepped into the last light gate. When Lin Chen stepped into the last light gate, everyone held their breath. The crucial last moment has come. As long as Lin Chen can kill this last boss, he can successfully play the nightmare level dungeon alone. Such an impressive and terrifying record is enough to be introduced to the God War department. However, in the conference room, the atmosphere was a little depressing. It's not that everyone is not optimistic about Lin Chen, but so far, no one has succeeded in doing this. Theoretically, before the job change, no one can play the nightmare level dungeon alone. Whether it is us or the proud sons of the God War department. Even Lin Chen, I'm afraid. In the conference room, the dean spoke with some concern. He did not pour cold water on Lin Chen, but he did not want Lin Chen to have any accidents. Lin Chen's current performance is already amazing enough. Such talents are worth cultivating vigorously. It depends on his luck. One step to heaven, one step to hell. It depends on whether he can take this last step. Principal Li Daoyuan also sighed, and then spoke. After the principal finished speaking, everyone nodded. Then their eyes turned to the magic screen again. In the nightmare level copy, Lin Chen had already seen the goblin who could control lightning. As soon as he appeared, the lightning goblin raised his hand and swung it. Then a silver-white rune mark appeared under him. Lin Chen moved and dodged it instantly. Sizzle. The moment he dodged, a thunderbolt suddenly fell. In the moment just now, he had almost only a quarter of a second to react. If it were other students, they would have been killed by that thunderbolt. What a nimble skill. After seeing Lin Chen dodging the attack with great agility, the Dean of Teaching couldn't help but exclaim. For students who have not yet changed their jobs, this is almost the limit of dodging. In the nightmare level copy, after Lin Chen dodged this attack, he kept approaching the Thunder Goblin. Sizzle. Under his feet, another silver-white mark appeared in an instant. When this silver-white mark appeared, he naturally dodged again. Gradually, almost every breath, there is this silver-white mark. It will suddenly appear under Lin Chen's feet. After the silver-white mark appears, there will be a thunder that falls suddenly. Lin Chen's figure keeps moving quickly, a huge benefit of signing in for 18 years. After completing the job transfer, it can be used. At this moment, he has been waiting for 18 years. No one knows how he has been through these 18 years. No one knows how much he has been looking forward to this moment in the past 18 years. Gradually, he unconsciously fell into a state of concentration and no external things in his mind. Upward. As Lin Chen's figure moved, he suddenly came to the front of the Thunder Goblin in one step. After an upward slash, the Thunder Goblin was directly picked up by him. So accurate, so smooth. The control of timing is also flawless. In the conference room, many teachers were amazed again. 3-segment slash. After sending the Thunder Goblin flying with an upward strike, Lin Chen instantly followed up with a 3-segment slash. Shua, shua, shua. Under Lin Chen's continuous attack, it can be seen that the Thunder Goblin's health is constantly declining. Once its health indicator reaches 0, it will die completely. As for Lin Chen's health, it is still 100%. In other words, he soloed the nightmare level dungeon and killed all the way to the Lord Boss without any injuries. Earth-shattering slash. After the upward strike, Lin Chen followed up with a 3-segment slash. At the moment when the 3-segment slash ended, he added an earth-shattering slash. The Thunder Goblin roared in anger. But it was constantly knocked away by Lin Chen and continued to control and hit. In this state, it had no way to cast spells. Upward strike. At the moment when the Thunder Goblin landed, Lin Chen attacked again. Same recipe, familiar taste. The scene just now, replayed. Start with an upward thrust, and then follow up with a 3-stage slash before the Thunder Goblin lands. After he lands, follow up with a groundbreaking slash to add damage and continue to control. Then repeat the upward thrust. Precise, smooth, like an antelope hanging on a horn, perfect. Although it is just a very simple combo, it is accurate. The power of the Thunder Goblin is undoubtedly stronger than Lin Chen. But at this time, the Thunder Goblin has all the means, but it can't use them at all. After Lin Chen used the combo 10 times in a row, the Thunder Goblin also let out an unwilling roar. Unfortunately, its health has been reduced to 0%. Its life has been declared over. Job transfer task completed. Solo Nightmare Level Dungeon 16/16. Do you want to transfer to Hunter x Hunter? When Lin Chen killed the Lord Boss, the sign-in system immediately prompted. Although he couldn't hold back, he couldn't wait any longer. But Lin Chen still didn't act rashly. There must be a lot of people monitoring this place through magic arrays. He needed to complete the job change the moment he left the dungeon. When you go out through the light gate, no one will know what happened. The aura of the full-time hunter's job change is definitely different from that of others. He did not accept the job change task and needs to keep a low profile. When he successfully changes his job, he will sign in 18 years of skill points, attribute points, skill books, various materials, various scrolls, etc. After digesting all of them, he can stand up and tell everyone who is the father. Success. Oh my God. Unbelievable. Incredible. Lin Chen did it. He really did it. Too strong. It's a pity that he didn't accept the job change task, so he can only be the default profession. When the Dean of Teaching said this, everyone in the conference room looked at each other. With Lin Chen's bloodline, even if he accepted the job change task, he could only be a life-related profession. Now he has not accepted the job change task, and he will become the default profession after passing the level. Generally speaking, the children will be one of the professions of their parents. Lin Chen's parents are both life-related professions, so he is naturally a life-related profession. Of course, Lin Chen's previous performance was already amazing enough. With such an impressive record, he is already qualified to join the God War Department and be trained intensively. When many teachers were either surprised or regretful, Lin Chen had already walked into the light gate, and at the moment of leaving the light gate, he also chose to change his job. Ding! Job change successful. Congratulations on becoming a full-time hunter. System sign in reward activated. System sign in reward activated successfully. A series of system prompts sounded in Lin Chen's ears. The corners of his mouth also rose slightly. Here he comes. The reward for signing in for 18 years can finally be used. Ding. Activate 100 million sign in attribute points. Ding. Activate 100 million sign in skill points. Ding. Activate 1000 sign in experience points. Ding. Activate 1000 sign in skill books. Ding. Activate 1000 sign in red copper treasure chests. Ding. Activate 500 sign in mithril treasure chests. Ding. Activate 100 black gold treasure chests. A series of system prompts continued to appear. Various attribute points, skill books, various materials, various weapons, various potions. Various, everything, countless. This is after all. It is the accumulation of 18 years. Lin Chen has obtained the sign-in system for 18 years. But this time, the continuous system prompts still made his head buzz. It was like a mobile phone set to vibrate mode and kept vibrating next to his ear. Lin Chen's consciousness was also immersed in his career panel. ID Lin Chen. Profession Hunter x Hunter. Swordsman IV-15. Sharpshooter LV-15. Fighter LV-15. Magician IV-15. Clergyman IV-15. Nightbringer IV-15. Lin Chen was delighted after taking a look at his attribute panel. Hunter x Hunter is indeed worthy of its reputation. Other students can only have one basic profession, and then transfer to another profession. His attribute panel is amazing, with a row of more than a dozen basic professions. Each basic profession can be transferred to 4 different advanced professions. In other words, if he maxes out all of them and upgrades them all, his combat and life advanced professions combined may exceed 100. This kind of thing, just thinking about it, you can know how domineering it is. However, the attribute points and skill points are still relatively limited. It is not enough to max out all 100 advanced professions. Not to mention the first awakening, the second awakening and the like. But this doesn't delay it. Anyway, the attribute points and skill points are on him. He can think about how to add points. When Lin Chen came out of the nightmare level copy, Principal Li Daoyuan, the Dean of Teaching, and the head teacher of Rencho, and other bigwigs of Magic City High School, all arrived. They all looked at Lin Chen with incredible eyes. Everyone's eyes were filled with unspeakable surprise and shock. They never thought that such a genius would appear in Magic City High School. Lin Chen, you did a good job. Principal Li Daoyuan patted Lin Chen's shoulder with great satisfaction. Then he opened his mouth and said something that shocked many students passing by. Lin Chen, in view of your excellent performance in the copy just now, I will write a letter of recommendation and formally recommend you to join the God War Department. When Principal Li Daoyuan said this, many students around were completely dumbfounded. Suddenly, the whole audience was silent. After a long time, everyone gradually reacted. Hiss. Many students around who heard the news, especially Lin Chen's classmates. All of them couldn't help but take a breath of cold air in an instant. What the hell? Did I hear it right? The principal wants to write a letter of recommendation to recommend Lin Chen to join the God War Department. Who can tell me what happened? All the students were completely dumbfounded at this moment. Everyone was envious and jealous, and many people were jealous to the point of bleeding. With the personal letter of recommendation from the principal of Magic City High School, Lin Chen's joining the God War Department is a sure thing. Even if Lin Chen is just a life-related profession, or for other reasons. Because this means that some of Lin Chen's shining points have been recognized by the principal of Magic City High School. There is only one such quota in 4 years. And this quota, Principal Li Daoyuan, obviously gave it to Lin Chen. Lin Chen was also a little happy in his heart. Joining the God War Department, you can freely enter and exit the God War land in the future. After he adds points now, he will immediately have a huge advantage. Using this huge advantage, he can continue to snowball in the God War land. If this goes on, he will definitely become the strongest person on this planet in the near future. How could Lin Chen not be excited when he thought about it this way? Principal Li, where are the people? At this moment, a middle-aged man in the combat uniform of the God War Department came directly over. Seeing this middle-aged man who was intimidating without anger and had a terrifying aura. Many students were dumbfounded again. Yuan Shugong, one of the 8 leaders of the God War Department. After arriving at Magic City High School, Yuan Shugong did not waste any time. In fact, after receiving the situation just reported by Principal Li, he came here without wasting a second. Before changing his job, he had already brushed the nightmare-level dungeon alone. This is not a genius, this is simply a monster. Such a monster, the God War Department has been longing for it for a long time. Because every such monster means that the limit of the strong may be broken again. As long as there is a strong person who sees the scenery at a higher level, he can leave his experience and insights. Even, he can leave the corresponding means of cultivation. Let other strong men have a trace to follow in their cultivation. And the birth of any super strong man is also of great help to the battle situation in the God War land. This is classmate Lin Chen. Li Daoyuan chuckled and introduced Lin Chen to Yuan Shugong. Yuan Shugong took a step forward and began to sense Lin Chen's situation. The physical body has been tempered and perfect. The magic power and mental power are pure and condensed, perfect. I heard that many basic skills have also been improved to a very high level. But your professional aura, are you a gifted profession? Default job transfer. Yuan Shugong didn't know what level of strong man he was. After a simple perception of 3 seconds, he sensed a lot of aura from Lin Chen. It's just because the full-time hunter profession is too high-end. Even as strong as Yuan Shugong, he only sensed the tip of Lin Chen's iceberg. Lin Chen naturally went with the flow, and showing these things was not very useful. Before he had the power to protect himself, he might be caught and sliced for research. After Yuan Shugong finished speaking, he nodded directly. Okay, I am Yuan Shugong, the head of the Eastern Division of the God War Department. Lin Chen, now I formally invite you to join the God War Department. As soon as Yuan Shugong said this, all the teachers and students around were dumbfounded. I thought Lin Chen would use the principal's recommendation letter and go through special channels. Who knew that Lin Chen was actually the head of the Eastern Division of the God War Department, and Yuan Shugong personally invited him to join. There is a world of difference between the two. At the same time, the news that Lin Chen was soloing a nightmare-level dungeon also spread. It was like a hurricane, sweeping across the school. Have you heard that there is a senior named Lin Chen? Before he changed his job, he swept the nightmare-level dungeon. In a classroom of Magic City High School, a student spoke with great admiration. Bragging. Before he changed his job, even the elites of the God War Department were not qualified to play the nightmare-level dungeon alone. A boy with glasses said disdainfully. Hearing his words, the girl who spoke just now was not angry at all. Instead, she smiled and said, "So, Senior Lin Chen is now the head of the Eastern Theater of the God War Department. Lord Yuan Shugong personally invited me to join the God War Department." Quote. After the girl finished speaking, the whole classroom suddenly fell silent. The same conversation was still going on in every corner of Magic City High School. Soon, this matter was even known to the outside world. Of course, there was also a huge regret in Lin Chen. That is, his origin was too low and his bloodline was too low. Even though he was very evil, he only changed his talent profession. Talent professions also belong to two categories: combat professions and life professions. If Lin Chen's bloodline focuses on combat professions, then his talent profession is combat profession. But his bloodline focuses on life professions. So his current profession is only slightly better than life professions. To be more precise, Lin Chen belongs to a life-oriented profession with a certain combat power. Of course, his amazing performance in the Nightmare level dungeon is still his biggest highlight, so now he has appeared in the base of the God War Department. When Lin Chen followed Yuan Shugong to the base of the God War Department, he instantly attracted the strong attention of everyone in the God War Department. Is he Lin Chen? Doesn't he look very special? He has played the Nightmare level dungeon alone before he changed his job. Then he is simply a monster. It's not that exaggerated, his bloodline is slightly lower, and it is a talent-oriented profession. Everyone talked about it, and many elites in the God War Department were very active. Now there is already a general understanding. After everyone communicated, they gradually had a clear understanding of Lin Chen. What a pity. After knowing Lin Chen's situation, a heroic senior sister sighed. Her sigh was obviously the common voice of many elites around. Lin Chen's bloodline height determines his career height. Even if Lin Chen is just the most ordinary profession in the combat system, after becoming a combat system profession, he is much stronger than now. However, in the final analysis, he is just a life system profession with combat power. When everyone felt extremely sorry for Lin Chen had a headache. Others only have 1 or 2 professions, and don't have to consider adding points. But Lin Chen has 80 or 90 combat jobs. How to balance among so many high-level jobs is obviously a big problem. But there is no rush now. Let's go to the God War Department first to understand the situation. After he knows more about the God War Department and the God War land, maybe he will know how to add points. Take a step back and say that even if he adds points randomly now, it will be fine. First, he has 100 million skill points, attribute points, and experience points. Second, he has a sign-in system and can sign in continuously. Other people's skill points and attribute points need to be upgraded to obtain. He only needs to sign in, and he also has many other items. Shen Yu, Lin Chen will follow your group for the time being. Quote. Yuan Shugong brought Lin Chen to the senior sister just now, and then spoke. This senior sister's bloodline seems to be a little special. Her eyes are very beautiful, like bright light pink gems. Her hair is cold and silver, tall, and her facial features are delicate without a single flaw. A pair of beautiful legs are straight and slender, and her waist is so slender that it can be grasped. This is simply a combination of white moonlight and cinnabar mole, the only choice for a perfect girlfriend. However, senior sister Shen Yu seems to have no interest in the many genius elites here. Okay, my name is Shen Yu, welcome to join our 6th group. The other members are not in the base at the moment, and I will introduce them to you when they come back. Let me take you to familiarize yourself with the environment of the God War Department base. Shen Yu looks like an iceberg beauty who keeps strangers away. But in fact, she is obviously a fake iceberg. As long as she doesn't hate someone, she likes to communicate with others. She doesn't dislike Lin Chen, who is clean, sunny and hardworking, who appears in front of her now. Shen Yu already knows about Lin Chen's situation. He was born in a humble family, but with amazing willpower and hard work, he joined the God War Department. Okay, thank you, senior sister Shen Yu. Lin Chen still knows something about the God War Department. They have to do 2 things in this place. The first is to study and train. The second is to perform tasks. Whether it is studying, practicing, or performing tasks. What he has to do now is to understand the base of the God War Department. Soon, Lin Chen followed Shen Yu and began to visit the base of the God War Department. That's the gun training ground. That should be the place you boys are most interested in. When they came to an open training ground, Shen Yu said casually. Lin Chen followed Shen Yu, smelling the refreshing fragrance of senior sister Shen Yu in his nose, and felt a little tipsy. Firearms training ground. Lin Chen looked up and saw many senior sisters and seniors practicing shooting. Some of them were very good at shooting, while others should be beginners. However, there was a young man in the crowd who was the center of attention. When the young man noticed Shen Yu coming, he was immediately happy. Then the magic power in his hand was injected into the automatic pistol in a special way. Bang, bang, bang. As a burst of gunfire came out, 3 bullets with silver light whizzed away. Wow, oh my god, magic silver bullet. 3 consecutive magic silver bullets. Awesome, Senior Wu Lei is so strong. As expected of Senior Wu Lei. After the stern young man fired 3 shots from the automatic pistol, all of which were magic silver bullets. Many young men and women around him were excited. Wu Lei thought that this time he could make goddess Shen Yu look at him more. Unexpectedly, Shen Yu was talking to the new guy named Lin Chen. Seeing this scene, Wu Lei was so angry. For this kid, Shen Yu actually ignored me. Suddenly, Wu Lei's heart turned cold, and he was ready to teach Lin Chen a lesson. He would not attack Lin Chen directly, but in the area where Lin Chen was most proud. Let Lin Chen be frustrated and completely defeat Lin Chen. I guess this is the new Junior Lin Chen. I heard that Junior Lin Chen is proficient in all basics. In the Nightmare level dungeon, he successfully passed the level with the means of mastering all systems. I wonder if Junior Lin Chen also understands the basics of guns. Wu Lei came to Lin Chen and Shen Yu and spoke indifferently. I know a little bit. After Wu Lei finished speaking, Lin Chen didn't know what this guy was going to do, so he just responded casually. So you know it. Like Wu Lei, the basic profession of most students here is sharpshooter. This is their innate talent. Lin Chen does not have the talent of sharpshooter, so people don't think his shooting skills are good. A little bit. Lin Chen nodded lightly and said in a very casual tone. Okay, Wu Lei, don't think of making things difficult for Junior Lin Chen. When Wu Lei wanted Lin Chen to try his shooting skills, a senior sister in a fiery red dress came over from a distance. She had 2 magic crossbows hanging around her waist, and was obviously also a firearms professional. Hee, Senior Sister Tang Huoer, I'm just communicating normally with Junior Brother Lin Chen. I have some talent in firearms, and maybe I can give Junior Brother Lin Chen some pointers. To help Junior Brother Lin Chen improve, Wu Lei said, handing his mithril automatic pistol to Lin Chen. Then he smiled and said, since Junior Brother Lin Chen has mastered the basic gun skills, can we have the honor to see Junior Brother Lin Chen's gun skills? Wu Lei's face was full of smiles, but everyone knew what he was going to do. Even if Lin Chen had come into contact with firearms before, they must have been ordinary firearms. This kind of magic pistol, Lin Chen may not know how to use it at all. Lin Chen also understood that this guy named Wu Lei was obviously jealous. Seeing Shen Yu talking to him and not paying much attention to him, Wu Lei was obviously unhappy. But Lin Chen just liked to see people like Wu Lei unhappy. He could only say to Wu Lei, sorry, you have to pick on the weak, and he, Lin Chen, is definitely not a weak one. Add points. Firearms proficiency, upgrade completed, current LV1. Firearms proficiency, upgrade completed, current LV2. Firearms proficiency, upgrade completed, current LV9. Firearms proficiency, max. Magic silver bullet, max. Accurate shooting, max. Explosive bomb, max. Lin Chen added points and maxed out all the relevant skills. He chuckled, and did not take Wu Lei's mithril automatic pistol, but walked aside. When everyone didn't know what Lin Chen was going to do, Lin Chen suddenly spoke. My family doesn't have the conditions, and I'm not used to using too good a gun. Just use the most basic training pistol and ask Senior Wu Lei for advice. After Lin Chen finished speaking, he picked up 2 training pistols. Then, he walked to the free shooting range. Oh my god, you went to the wrong place, Junior. That's the free shooting range. You may not be able to hit the fixed target, and you want to hit the high-speed moving target. Many seniors around him spoke up immediately. Even Senior Shen Yu was a little stunned, not understanding why Lin Chen went to the moving target. While Shen Yu was stunned, Lin Chen took action. Bang, 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 bang. After Lin Chen made his move, the whole place suddenly fell silent. Because Lin Chen actually fired silver bullets with the most common training pistol. Oh my god, 6 bursts of magic silver bullets. No, it's not over yet. He's still loading and shooting. All hit. Oh my god, he's moving. Oh my god, it's mobile shooting, mobile shooting. Under the gaze of many seniors, Lin Chen held 2 guns, constantly loading magic silver bullets and shooting. Bang, bang, bang. At this moment, he seemed to have become the master of firearms. Bang, bang, bang. The sound of gunfire seemed to have become an art. Stepping shooting, aerial shooting. Oh my god. Is this called a little bit of knowledge? It's just a little bit. Senior Shen Yu, Senior Tang Huo'er, and Zhou, many people were completely stunned. They all dropped their jaws and their eyes popped out. Everyone was dumbfounded and stared at Lin Chen in amazement. No one had ever dreamed that such an incredible thing would happen. Is this a life-related profession? I think it is definitely the top sharpshooter talent. I cried. What use do I have with this hand? Seeing Lin Chen's wonderful shooting skills, many seniors and juniors majoring in firearms were about to cry. Lin Chen's shooting skills were so good that men would be silent and women would cry. As a player of the life-related profession, is it really okay for Lin Chen to do this? Shoot randomly. After walking to the center of the shooting range, Lin Chen took a deep breath. Then, in an instant, he poured a lot of magic power into the 2 guns. Bang bang bang, bang bang bang, bang bang bang. In an instant, countless bullets flew towards the moving targets in all directions. The moving targets around were also constantly shattered. If this move was used in the land of God's war, especially in a group of monsters, I don't know how many monsters would be killed. Show. Great show. Wu Lei, who had just said that he would instruct Lin Chen, saw this scene. His face turned green and red, and he wanted to get into this crack in the ground. With his level, he was not even worthy of carrying Lin Chen's shoes, let alone instructing Lin Chen. After Lin Chen's operation, the durability of the gun in his hand was also at the lowest. The light of the 2 training pistols was also extremely dim. If they continued to be used, they would obviously be completely scrapped. However, even if these 2 guns were scrapped in Lin Chen's hands, no one would say anything more. Oh my god, no way. Firearms repair and maintenance technology. Under the gaze of everyone, Lin Chen directly began to use magic means to repair and maintain the guns. The 2 training pistols that had dimmed before soon shone again. Seeing this scene, everyone was completely dumbfounded. They could never imagine that Lin Chen not only had superb shooting skills, but also could repair and maintain firearms. Lin Chen was not a life-related profession at all. He was a complete firearms expert. The things here soon alarmed the head of the firearms division. After the head of the firearms division checked his health, he was dumbfounded. His expression changed from surprise to shock, and from shock to disbelief. In the end, he showed a look of horror. Genius, genius, a peerless genius in the firearms profession. No, it should be said that he was a genius, a peerless genius. Not only did he have the skills to shoot accurately in any situation, he could also repair and maintain firearms. He dared not even dream of such a talent. And now, Lin Chen appeared directly in front of him. Must be recruited. Divine War Department, Firearms Division. The whole place was dead silent and completely silent. No one expected that such an incredible thing would happen. Senior Sisters Shen Yu, Senior Sisters Tang Huo'er, and some other seniors. They looked at Lin Chen with incomprehensible shock, and their eyes were full of disbelief. In the distance, a middle-aged man wearing a black trench coat and gray hair was watching silently. He has already investigated Lin Chen's information clearly. This man is not just an ordinary elite, he is also the most ruthless person in the God War Department, the younger brother of Lin Zontian. Because he knew how defiant Lin Zontian was, Shang Nanshan didn't think Lin Chen would be weak. However, Lin Chen's performance this time was slightly beyond his expectations. Being able to reach this level of skill is completely competent. I didn't actively choose a profession. Is it possible that the talented profession after changing professions is so strong? Next to Shang Nanshan, another middle-aged man wearing sunglasses spoke slowly. He looked at Lin Chen with a look of interest. After Lin Zontian accidentally disappeared during a mission, the Ministry of God War dealt with them. It's getting a bit boring now. To put it bluntly, talent professions are miscellaneous professions, miscellaneous but not sophisticated. Once the potential is exhausted, it will be far worse than the dedicated combat profession and life profession. I can't believe that Lin Zontian's younger brother is actually a talented professional. The person who spoke this time was a woman. As soon as her voice fell, she also left the place directly. After knowing that Lin Chen was only a talented person, she had completely lost interest in Lin Chen. Even though Lin Chen is a legendary figure in the Divine War Department and the younger brother of Lin Zontian. After the woman left, the middle-aged man wearing sunglasses took a deep look at Lin Chen, chuckled, and then left. After the two people left one after another, Shang Nanshan also muttered to himself. A gifted profession. Is it really a gifted profession? After the words fell, he did not stay here any longer. Anyway, Lin Chen has already joined the God War Department and can study it slowly in the future. On the training ground of the firearms branch, Lin Chen did not look back. But he could feel it just now. There were 3 very powerful auras not far away, locking on him. Well, it seems like I'm being targeted. Single quote. Lin Chen didn't know why, but he was inexplicably targeted by the strong man. But it doesn't matter, this is the God War Department after all, and the other party can't do anything to him. Furthermore, we still don't know what the other party is going to do. After Lin Chen repaired and maintained the 2 training pistols, he quickly left with senior sister Shen Yu. As for Wu Lei, he didn't pay much attention. Of course, Wu Lei's face was now green and red, and he was too embarrassed to come over and say anything more. Junior Lin Chen, your innate professional ability focuses on firearms. Senior sister Shen Yu said casually as she and Lin Chen left the firearms branch. No, I can't tell you what my natural talent career is, and which aspect I focus on. Because I know a little bit about combat and production. Lin Chen is paving the way for the future in advance. Since he has a little bit of combat and production abilities, then any ability he uses in the future will be very reasonable. After all, these are his innate professional abilities. Another partner in the team is back. I'll take you over to get acquainted. When Shen Yu was about to take Lin Chen to continue the tour, her communicator suddenly vibrated. Good. Lin Chen nodded. He also wanted to know who were the members of their 6th team. Senior Shen Yu, are the number of members in each team fixed? While heading to the base of Team 6, Lin Chen asked senior sister Shen Yu. Of course not. Generally speaking, they are mainly 5-person teams. But some teams may have about 10 people. When operating, they will be divided into 2 or 3 teams. Our 6th team, including you, now has a total of 5 people. Shen Yu also told Lin Chen the basic situation of the 6th team. Not long after, Shen Yu took Lin Chen back to the base of the 6th team. Well, is this the new guy joining our team? Looks very weak. Chu Shiren adjusted his glasses, felt Lin Chen's breath carefully, and then said casually. Haha, don't be offended. I have an outspoken personality, and I will say whatever comes to my mind. But you are still welcome to join our team. My name is Chu Shiren. Chu Shiren's character seems to be a bit too straightforward. He feels like a blank slate without any emotional intelligence. However, most of them don't seem to hate this guy. Because he didn't really exclude anyone, Lin Chen could even feel it. Chu Shiren sincerely welcomes him to join the 6th team. Hello, my name is Lin Chen, I am a talented professional. After Chu Shiren introduced himself, Lin Chen also briefly introduced himself. He is not planning to use the combat profession or the life profession to establish himself in the Divine War Department. His talented profession itself was recognized by Yuan Shugong, the head of the Eastern Theater Command. In the future, if there is something that cannot be explained clearly, just say it is a talent and professional ability. Oh, I forgot to say, my profession is a mechanic. Chu Shiren scratched his head and then laughed. Mechanic is the profession after the combat-type sharpshooter changes his job, mainly responsible for the production and development of various types of machinery. In battle, various machines are also used to fight. This is my design, Chu Shiren said, and took out a robot from the space equipment. RX-78 Chaser. After seeing this robot, Lin Chen said casually. Huh, how do you know? Chu Shiren looked at Lin Chen dumbfounded. This knowledge cannot be learned before entering the God War department. Unless Lin Chen specifically goes to look up and learn things related to mechanics. But Lin Chen's talent is not a mechanic, why does he go to look up and learn these things? I know a little about most professions. Lin Chen's mouth is naturally the familiar little knowledge. Because he was worried, he told Chu Shiren that he was proficient in all departments, and Chu Shiren couldn't bear it. Your RX-78 Chaser can be improved. As Lin Chen said this, a space tray with a toolbox appeared beside him. He quickly took out the tools and helped Chu Shiren upgrade and improve it. Don't. I finally made this. Seeing Lin Chen directly dismantling the RX-78 Chaser, Chu Shiren was dumbfounded. Junior Lin Chen, calm down, this thing will explode. Shen Yu's face turned pale and she immediately reminded him. When Shen Yu was worried that Lin Chen would detonate the RX-78 Chaser, Lin Chen had already dismantled the RX-78 Chaser. Awesome. You are simply my idol. Are you still in need of a younger brother? Please protect me. Chu Shiren was just afraid that Lin Chen would damage the RX-78 Chaser. Now he saw that Lin Chen dismantled the RX-78 Chaser with skillful movements. He understood that Lin Chen was indeed very familiar with the RX-78 Chaser. As the saying goes, an expert knows whether it is good or not once he makes a move. Seeing Lin Chen's skillful movements and techniques, Chu Shiren couldn't help but look forward to it. But soon, Chu Shiren found something wrong. Isn't Lin Chen a gifted profession? Normal gifted professions are production professions that are slightly proficient in combat. In this case, why is Lin Chen so familiar with the RX-78 Chaser? This is unscientific. When Chu Shiren was dumbfounded, he didn't know that what made him even more dumbfounded had just begun. As Lin Chen fiddled with it for a while, he found that he could no longer understand his RX-78 Chaser. That's right, after Lin Chen upgraded, he could no longer understand his RX-78 Chaser. Is this still the RX-78 Chaser? Chu Shiren saw very clearly that Lin Chen had added an artificial intelligence chip module to the RX-78 Chaser. In other words, the current RX-78 Chaser may no longer be a clumsy self-destructing robot. In a short while, Lin Chen also finished the work. Then he put the RX-78 Chaser on the ground and turned on the switch. Chu Shiren and Shen Yu saw that the RX-78 Chaser was very flexible and began to patrol in the base of the 6th team. Awesome. Shen Yu looked at the RX-78 Chaser moving flexibly on the ground with a sense of awe. A month ago, Chu Shiren made this thing. At that time, Shen Yu was still thinking, such a silly and cute robot. Can it really be useful in actual combat? Now seeing the RX-78 Chaser improved by Lin Chen, Shen Yu is sure that as long as it is used properly, this thing will definitely be useful. Slap in the face, it is Chu who is blind to the mountain. Lin Chen, can you give me a copy of the design just now? Chu Shiren generously admitted that it was wrong for him to underestimate Lin Chen before. If nothing else, just based on the means of improving the RX-78 Chaser, Lin Chen is proud of his peers in the mechanics branch. Design drawing. What design drawing? Lin Chen was surprised. He didn't have a design drawing. You don't have a design drawing, so how did you improve it just now? Chu Shiren suddenly thought of a terrifying thing. That is, Lin Chen didn't prepare the design drawing in advance, nor did he see this kind of improvement and upgrade anywhere. Everything just now was completely Lin Chen's on-the-spot performance. As the saying goes, bragging requires drafting. Didn't Lin Chen need to calculate the model and then draw the design drawings to improve the machinery? I guess, such a small change doesn't require any design drawings. Lin Chen touched his chin and said immediately. Chu Shiren was speechless. This is a small change. The robots that could only move straight back and forth have been upgraded to artificial intelligence. How can it be a small change? Not only that, the flexibility, fluency, and control range have been greatly improved. Okay, the two of you go down and discuss the mechanical improvement. Since Chu Shiren is back, we can take some 3-person missions. It's just right for Lin Chen to get familiar with and adapt to the God War land and prepare for the future 5-person team missions. Shen Yu interrupted Chu Shiren's enthusiasm for the machinery and said something very important in time. That's right, but what mission are we going to perform? Looking at Lin Chen's improved RX-78 chaser, Chu Shiren was looking forward to the performance of this little robot in the God War land. Let's deal with goblins with a danger level below IV-20, or mutant zombies, etc. Senior sister Shen Yu tilted her head and thought about it, then said casually. I can do it. Chu Shiren nodded, then looked at Lin Chen. That's fine with me. Lin Chen is not completely unfamiliar with the God War land. The simplest point is that the monsters in the God War land all have a danger level. The danger level starts from IV-1, and the highest level he knows is LV-80. However, it is said that there are danger levels of IV-100, and even above LV-100. The elites of the God War department have corresponding strength ratings. The strength rating and danger rating basically correspond, and also start from IV-1. At present, Lin Chen is not clear about how strong the strong men in the God War department are. However, at level LV-50, LV-80, and LV-100, 3 stages of superpower awakening can be completed. He was still clear about this matter. After Shen Yu decided to take Lin Chen into the God War land to complete the mission. The 3 of them also went to the mission hall of the God War department to accept the mission. This is the mission hall of the God War department. Handing over missions and receiving mission rewards are all done here. Next to the mission hall is the trading hall, where you can buy almost all the items needed by all professions. Shen Yu introduced Lin Chen while taking him into the mission hall. As soon as Lin Chen entered the mission hall, many seniors looked over. The image of Lin Chen in the gun division had spread in the God War department. What a pity. Seeing Lin Chen, many seniors were full of sympathy. God simply played a big joke on Lin Chen. In guns, he was given such a strong basic talent. But Lin Chen is not a gun major in the combat profession, but a talent profession. Yes, with his strong basic talent in guns. If he is a gun major, our God War department will have another monster. What a pity. Many seniors and seniors sighed for a while. The eyes looking at Lin Chen softened a little. In their opinion, Lin Chen was too pitiful. If they meet him in the mission in the future, they must take good care of him. Lin Chen listened to the words of many seniors around him, and his face was a little strange. He is proficient in all professions. Is he so pitiful? When the people around saw the change in Lin Chen's face, they immediately felt more sympathetic. Lin Chen must be lamenting the unfairness of fate, which is why he is like this. But in fact, Lin Chen really didn't lament the unfairness of fate. While everyone around was talking about it, Shen Yu took the 2 to a window to accept the task. There are many such windows in the mission hall. We are going to accept a task for a 3-person team. For those with a danger level below IV-20, are there any suitable tasks recommended? At this time, senior sister Shen Yu had already said to a junior sister at a window. Chapter 11. Senior Shen Yu, there are no more missions below level IV-20. Behind window number 1, the person in charge of registering and managing the missions is a cute girl with a soft voice. She checked the magic screen and shook her head. Ah. No more. What is the lowest level of mission? Shen Yu also knew that the low-level elites were extremely hardworking. There is a limit to the number of low-level missions every day, and they came late today. Although you can go out without accepting the mission. But if you don't accept the mission, there will be no mission rewards. Generally speaking, this kind of low-level God War land. If there is no mission reward, the reward from a battle may not be lower than the consumption. The lowest is the dangerous level IV-25 mission. Su Yumeng stuck out her tongue. A little embarrassed. Senior Shen Yu must have no low-level missions at this time. Just when Shen Yu was having a headache, a cold and beautiful lady in white suddenly said coldly. If you want to go to the God War land, you can share the mission with me and go together. My mission is IV-25. After Bai Jingyi finished speaking, she looked at Shen Yu and the other 2. Okay. Without waiting for Shen Yu and Lin Chen to speak, Chu Shiren agreed excitedly. Thank you, Senior Bai. Shen Yu nodded quickly, as long as Lin Chen was still a little confused. What's the situation? It can actually be operated like this. This is Senior Bai Jingyi on the Hidden Dragon list. Single quote. The Hidden Dragon list is the list of the top 100 geniuses in the God War department. Single quote. With Senior Bai Jingyi's strength, brushing the dangerous level IV-25 dungeon is a piece of cake. Single quote. We just need to follow Senior Bai Jingyi and do it. Single quote. Anyway, the first time entering the God War Land dungeon, the main purpose is to understand the God War Land. When Lin Chen was stunned, Chu Shiren used a communicator to communicate with Lin Chen. This communicator is very convenient and is not affected by external factors. After seeing Chu Shiren say this, Lin Chen completely understood. It turns out that this senior sister Bai Jingyi is a big shot. This must be held tightly. No wonder Chu Shiren agreed without thinking just now. Senior sister Bai, we also want to share the task. Ah, senior sister Bai, please take me. After seeing Bai Jingyi actually take the initiative to take Shen Yu and Lin Chen. In the task hall, there was a burst of ghosts and wolves howling. Following senior sister Bai Jingyi to do the task, it was just a formality. Maybe they would pass the level without even having a chance to take action. It's just a pity that in the eyes of everyone's infinite envy and jealousy, Bai Jingyi ignored them directly, and took Lin Chen, Shen Yu and the other two to the teleportation array directly. Through the magic teleportation array, they can directly enter the place where the gods fight. Lin Chen entered the real place where the gods fight for the first time. He was not nervous, but quite looking forward to it. After you enter the God War Land, just follow me. Generally speaking, there won't be any danger. After Bai Jingyi finished speaking, she didn't mean to speak again. Senior sister Shen Yu is a fake iceberg, while this senior sister Bai Jingyi is a real iceberg. On her body, it seems that there is always the eternal cold wind from Siberia blowing continuously. Several people soon walked onto the magic teleportation array. Not long after, they were directly teleported into the God War Land with a danger level of IV-25. In the God War Land with a danger level of IV-25, at most a Lord Boss of level 25 will appear. As for other monsters, the level will be lower. Huh. What is this breath? After coming here, Shen Yu was suddenly a little surprised. The difficulty of the dungeon chosen by senior sister Bai Jingyi is nightmare level. With her strength, there is naturally no problem. However, in the nightmare level dungeon, there will be a small probability event of a mutation attack. The faint purple mist that is now diffused around is obviously a sign of the mutation attack. Interesting. It seems that you are lucky to encounter this. This time there are good things that I don't need, I can leave them for you. Bai Jingyi was not nervous, but was as happy as if she had won the lottery. With the mutation, the probability of monsters here exploding good things will increase greatly. Of course, the danger level of the copy also increases linearly. Lin Chen soon saw that Chu Shiren took out an automatic pistol. He is a mechanic, and his main weapon is an automatic pistol. Senior sister Shen Yu took out a long sword. Her long sword is secret silver in color and very beautiful. It is even longer than ordinary long swords. Senior sister Bai Jingyi used a pair of specially made snow-white fighting gloves. Qigong Master. Seeing this, Lin Chen immediately guessed in his heart. Generally speaking, only the main weapon used by Qigong Masters is this kind of fighting gloves, also known as Mind Qi gloves. Mind Qi surrounds. Bai Jingyi took a step forward and immediately confirmed Lin Chen's guess. As her mind energy suddenly exploded, 8 fist-sized mind energy balls wrapped in thunder began to surround her. After Bai Jingyi used the mind energy surrounding method, she led Lin Chen and the others forward. Junior Lin Chen, why don't you prepare? Seeing that Lin Chen didn't take out his weapon, Senior Shen Yu asked immediately. I'm still thinking about what weapon to use. Lin Chen didn't hide anything and told the truth. After hearing what Lin Chen said, even Bai Jingyi, who was at the front, paused slightly. The gifted profession is really not very good in the later stage. Especially after an awakening, the gifted profession is basically completely useless. But before an awakening, the gifted profession is really a bit rogue. Just like now, Lin Chen can use many kinds of weapons. To a certain extent, Lin Chen has a talent for these weapons. Not long after, a magic wand was suspended behind Lin Chen. Chu Shiren, Shen Yu, Bai Jingyi. Seeing the magic wand suspended behind Lin Chen, Bai Jingyi and the other two were simply confused. What the hell? Isn't your talent for firearms? Or maybe it's for machinery. Now there's a magic wand floating behind you. Are you serious? Fortunately, several people also know that this place is very dangerous. Now is not the time to worry about Lin Chen's weapons. In addition, this battle, most likely, does not require Lin Chen to take action. Roar! At this moment, a zombie with gray skin, spitting eyes, and a stiff body suddenly appeared not far away. After the zombie appeared, it ran towards Lin Chen and others at a very fast speed. Bang! However, before the zombie got close, Bai Jingyi raised her hand and punched the zombie in the air. Then, more and more zombies appeared at this time. These zombies are not only gray, but also some gray-white, blue, and purple-skinned zombies. When so many zombies appeared, Bai Jingyi didn't care at all and continued to attack. Chi Jade Bullet. Thinking of Chi Wave. Surrounded by thoughts. Attack. Bai Jingyi walked in the front, killing all the way, and there were many zombies around, which kept exploding. Among the many materials that came out, Bai Jingyi only picked up part of what she needed. At this time, Lin Chen discovered an advantage of Chu Shiren. That's not polite at all. As long as Bai Jingyi didn't pick up the items, he picked them up without any courtesy. Hey, we'll allocate them when we get out. Chu Shiren seemed to have quickly gotten used to it, and now he said with a smile. Shen Yu rolled her eyes at this guy because he had always been a member of the team. She had long been used to Chu Shiren. After clearing 12 maps in a row and lighting 12 bonfires, Bai Jingyi also stopped and began to take out the magic potion and the life potion. After all, this is a nightmare level map, and it has also encountered unexpected changes. Even Bai Jingyi consumed a lot of money after painting 12 rooms in a row. Senior Bai Jingyi, I will bless you with 2 magic circles. When Bai Jingyi was recovering, Lin Chen came behind Bai Jingyi. As his palm was slightly raised, he released the skill. 2 magic circles, 1 blue and 1 red, were suspended behind Bai Jingyi. Thanks. Bai Jingyi looked at the 2 magic circles suspended behind her in surprise. The red one is the life circle, which can continuously restore her physical energy and heal her injuries to a certain extent. The blue one is the magic circle, which can continuously restore her magic power. Her mind energy is refined and transformed by the magic power. With these 2 magic circles, her next battle can be more intense. After applying the magic circle to Bai Jingyi, Lin Chen was not stingy. They were imposed on senior sister Shen Yu and Chu Shiren. Haha, just rely on junior Lin Chen's skills. No matter which team goes on a mission, they want to take you with them. After feeling the effects of these 2 magic formations, Chu Shiren said seriously. Senior sister Shen Yu and senior sister Bai Jingyi also nodded. Life magic circle and magic circle are easy to get started but difficult to master. Lin Chen's 2 magic circles are already at the Xiaocheng level and are already very useful. Lin Chen smiled and nodded. If you can paddle, just paddle. When you can't paddle, he can actually do it. As the group continued to move forward, they soon came to the 15th room. When I came to this room, there were already a lot of monsters. Lin Chen and others finally had a chance to take action. Magic ball burst. Attribute transformation, ice. Lin Chen raised his right hand, and 6 magic balls with ice properties were shot out instantly. The 6-star magic ball continuously hit a flaming zombie. It actually froze the zombie directly. Good opportunity. Seeing this, Chu Shiren immediately seized the opportunity and sent the RX-78 pursuer. Boom! As a terrifying explosion sounded, the elite zombies frozen in the ice were blown to pieces on the spot. Come again. After Lin Chen saw that he was cooperating with Chu Shiren, he immediately attacked an elite zombie not far away. This time, although the freezing effect was not triggered, the zombie's speed continued to slow down. Crack, click, click. Chu Shiren naturally used the RX-78 chaser skill decisively. This time he was lucky. When casting the skill, he cast 2 RX-78 chasers at once. The 2 RX-78 pursuers quickly rushed towards the zombies without fear of death. Boom, boom. As 2 explosions were heard, the 2 RX-78 pursuers exploded directly. Then the zombie elite was naturally blown to pieces again. You two got together so quickly. Shen Yu's beautiful eyes lit up. She didn't expect that Lin Chen and Chu Shiren were so compatible. However, Lin Chen seems to be versatile and can cooperate with anyone. This battle was obviously much more difficult than the battle in the previous room. After several people took action, it ended quickly. This is the last room. Get ready before entering. Because she encountered a sudden change, Bai Jingyi did not dare to take it lightly. If you die in this place, you really die. Lin Chen and others nodded in agreement. This time in the land of God's war, Lin Chen became an excellent assistant. Except for his cooperation with Chu Shiren just now, there was no chance for him to take action. Of course, the next last room will definitely not be as easy as the previous one. Lin Chen also put away the wand behind him. This time he also took out 2 mithril automatic pistols. These 2 mithril automatic pistols are obtained from the mithril treasure chest obtained by signing in. Among his space equipment, these are the 2 most common mithril automatic pistols. After seeing Lin Chen take out 2 mithril automatic pistols, Shen Yu also knew. Lin Chen should have become completely serious. The most powerful means he currently displays seem to be firearms. In fact, Lin Chen's idea just now was to use the summoner's skills. After all, if you can paddle, it's definitely not sea. Paddling is so easy. Wouldn't it be nice to get rewards in a relaxed and happy way? It was just that their team was working together for the first time, and this dungeon was beyond their capabilities. He summoned some summons, which might interfere with his teammates. After a few people rested, they also entered the last room. In this room, the number of zombies increased a lot, and there were also a lot of mutant zombies. Magic silver bullet loading. Move and shoot. Cross shooting. When he came to the last room, Lin Chen was no longer low-key. The wonderful shooting skills were directly and vividly displayed. Bang, 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 bang. The sound of gunfire continued to come from around Lin Chen. Many zombies around were also shot in the head by him. What a cool shooting skill. Single quote. Although Bai Jingyi didn't say anything, she still felt that Lin Chen's shooting skill was very cool in her heart. Cool. Junior Lin Chen. Senior Shen Yu praised generously. Even Chu Shiren suddenly found that under such cool and handsome gun skills, he, the mechanic, was not good at all. Haha. Bang bang bang. Bang bang bang. Shoot in the air. Lin Chen chuckled, but his hands did not stop. Many zombies around were also shot in the head by him. Floating bullet. Reload. Random shooting. After Lin Chen used the floating bullet, many zombies around were also shot up by him. Then the random shooting skill was released directly, and suddenly, a piece of crazy bullet screen flew directly in all directions. Bang, bang, bang. Many zombies around were constantly blown up at this time. Be careful. At this time, Bai Jingyi suddenly spoke to remind. The moment Bai Jingyi finished speaking, the Lord Boss suddenly appeared in front of Lin Chen. This Lord Boss was obviously behind many mobs just now. Blocked by many mobs, they didn't notice it for a while. Sliding shovel. Lin Chen didn't worry too much. He slid over and hit the Lord Boss by surprise. After knocking down the Lord Boss, Lin Chen stood up and leaned back and followed up with a step and shoot. Bang bang bang. However, the Lord Boss is different from ordinary monsters and elite monsters. This thing has high attack, defense, high HP, and fast movement speed. In short, it is very difficult to deal with. Moreover, it was extremely difficult, and Lin Chen was a little dizzy. But the more he fights, the braver he becomes. Unflinching. After Lin Chen's set of combos, the Lord Boss's health dropped to 95%. I'll do it. Thinking of Chi Wave. Chi Jade Bullet. Bang, bang, bang. The moment Lin Chen stepped back, Senior Bai Jingyi immediately took action. Immediately afterwards, the life status of Lord Boss also continued to decline. 0.94%, 0.93%, 0.92%. When Senior Sister Bai Jingyi took action, Senior Sister Chu Shiren and Senior Sister Shen Yu were not idle either. On Senior Sister Shen Yu's side, sword auras were slashing directly towards the Lord Boss. Chu Shiren. He sent out a large number of RX-78 pursuers, constantly self-destructing around the Lord Boss. M137 Gatling gun. Da da da, da da da. When Senior Sister Bai Jingyi, Senior Sister Shen Yu, and Chu Shiren all took action. Lin Chen also directly used the Gatling gun skill. For a moment, the air was rushed and countless undercurrents came. Seeing this scene, several people looked at each other. The talent profession is really a rogue profession. In the early stage, it can actually use the skills of many professions. However, even if he can use the skills of so many professions, does Lin Chen have so many skill points? The answer is of course yes. Joke. Could it be that the skill points he accumulated over the past 18 years were in vain? Da da da. Da da da. Da da da. At this moment, Lin Chen suddenly discovered that the Gatling gun had a very good impact and was very powerful. It's just that this Lord Boss has too much blood. He has been fighting for countless times, but this Lord Boss is still strong. Da da da. As a last resort, Lin Chen could only continue to take action. M3 Flamethrower. After fighting with the Gatling gun for a while, Lin Chen used the M3 Flamethrower. This is a heavy firearm, very large and bulky. After Lin Chen released this skill, a huge flamethrower appeared in his hand. Pull the trigger, and a ball of flame suddenly erupts. The Lord Boss screamed strangely in an instant. It was obviously more afraid of flames. However, at this time, the life status of the Lord Boss is still 50%. 4 of them, except him. The other 3 people's magic power and bodies were all consumed. Now the 3 of them are barely holding on and continuing to fight. Life Circle. Magic Circle. While attacking the Lord Boss, Lin Chen also applied the Life Magic Circle and Magic Circle to himself again. The Life Circle and Magic Circle he has applied now are actually only elementary. But he has actually upgraded the Intermediate, Advanced, Ultimate Life Law and Magic Circle to the full level. It's just that a common man is not guilty of carrying a jade. If he were alone, he could naturally use those means. At this moment, it's better to keep a low profile when you're with other people. After applying the Life Magic Circle and the Magic Circle to myself, Lin Chen quickly applied recovery circles to senior sisters Bai Jingyi, Shen Yu, and Chu Shiren who were standing aside. Then, he put away the M3 flamethrower. This thing's attack power is pretty good, but it consumes magic power quickly. Silver bullet reloading. Move and shoot. Bang bang bang. Bang bang bang. In the 15 rooms in front, Lin Chen was always paddling. In the last room, you can directly access C. Bai Jingyi and the others did not waste any time. While Lin Chen was restraining the Lord Boss, they were all taking the time to recover. Call. When Senior Bai Jingyi and others recovered, Lin Chen was also a little helpless. The level gap is too big, making this thing quite troublesome. But he has a lot of experience points, attribute points, and skill points. You can selectively fill up some professions until one awakening. It's just that he can't act too special. If you act too special, you will definitely be noticed by many powerful people. His current accumulation is still not enough to resist so many strong men. After attacking with the automatic pistol for a while, Lin Chen put the automatic pistol away. Then he took out a mithril sword. Top pick. 3-stage slash. Soul eating hand. If we talk about a talent profession, it is a rogue profession before awakening. Then the full-time hunter is the rogue profession that runs throughout before and after awakening. The exclusive skills of all professions can be switched freely in Lin Chen's hands, and they can be used extremely smoothly. Lin Chen was also completely immersed in the battle. As his health continued to decrease, the Lord Boss became weaker and weaker. As the fight went on, when Lin Chen wanted to use the skills of the Qigong Master to experience it, unexpectedly, ding! Congratulations on killing the Lord Boss. You get a chance to draw a card. Pay system points and you can draw an extra card. In Lin Chen's Sea of Consciousness, the system prompt sound of the sign in system came out. Hearing this sound, Lin Chen was suddenly a little surprised. Before, he really didn't know that the sign in system also had the function of drawing cards. Like Senior Sister Bai Jingyi and others, they can only divide the things that the Lord Boss exploded. Because the Lord Boss suffers from different sources of damage, some high-level items are even directly bound. When Senior Sister Shen Yu and others were still recovering, they received the clearance prompt, and they were all stunned immediately. And while they were recovering, Lin Chen alone killed the Lord Boss. Thinking of this, the faces of several people were also very strange. This Chu Shiren was completely dumbfounded, but he was still very excited to check. Bai Jingyi and Shen Yu also came over. In the damage statistics to the Lord Boss this time, Lin Chen caused the most damage, followed by Bai Jingyi, then Shen Yu, and finally Chu Shiren. The things allocated to several people were also distributed according to their contributions. Lin Chen was talking with Senior Bai Jingyi and others while drawing cards in his Sea of Consciousness. In his Sea of Consciousness, 4 up and 4 down 8 golden cards appeared. Choose one at random. Lin Chen thought about it and then randomly chose one. Anyway, there will definitely be many such opportunities in the future, so just choose it at random this time. As for the sign-in system points, he also has a lot of them, and he can get them by signing in every day. But this time, draw a free card first. If there is nothing valuable, there is no need to waste the sign-in points. After turning over a card, Lin Chen's pupils moved quickly. Because he saw a piece of equipment with a pink name. Equipment with a pink name represents a divine weapon. When Senior Sister Shen Yu, Senior Sister Bai Jingyi, and Chu Shiren were amazed. Lin Chen stood there, but didn't pay attention to what they were saying. After all, what they said had nothing to do with him, and it wouldn't be of any substantial help to him. He was already immersed in the surprise brought by the rewards given by the sign-in system. Lin Chen had no idea that the final card drawing session would allow him to obtain the artifact. This was completely beyond his expectation, and it was really enjoyable. What a joy! Language of the Elf LV-15 Artifact, Hand Crossbow. The shooting speed of crossbow arrows is 5 times that of ordinary crossbow arrows. View details. The artifact he got this time was a level 15 artifact. Although he has signed for 18 years, he should be able to find artifacts in the large number of treasure chests he has accumulated. However, being able to open a divine weapon and actually getting the divine weapon are completely separate matters. Because he is a full-time hunter, he can easily master and use all professional weapons with ease. Lin Chen was very excited at the moment and immediately spent his check-in coupons. Spend it quickly and upgrade quickly. Dry. From the 4 cards below, draw a card as a reward. In the card below, he did not draw an artifact this time. After spending 100 sign-in points, he drew 200 sign-in points. Well, it would be nice to give me something else. Single quote. I don't need any coupons for signing in. Single quote. Lin Chen was a little helpless, but it would be fine if it wasn't a loss. Junior Lin Chen, these items are allocated to you, do you think it's okay? At this time, Senior Sister Shen Yu's voice brought Lin Chen's thoughts back to reality. Can. Lin Chen nodded directly, and almost half of the resources were given to him. Even, just a few good things. The seniors also left them to him, but Lin Chen had better ones. Besides, he is not a white-eyed wolf when others treat him well. He immediately distributed the things that Senior Shen Yu and the others might need to a few more people. Senior Sister Shen Yu, I don't need these things. I won't be polite if I can use it. If I can't use it, you might be able to use it. Just assign it to you. After Lin Chen said this, even Bai Jingyi couldn't help but look at Lin Chen. A person who is strong and talented may be feared and feared by others. But if a person has both character and character, he can gain respect and love. Just like now, the feeling Lin Chen gave them was very good. Brave and totally unstinting. The whole group was in a very good mood during this mission. Lin Chen got an artifact, while Bai Jingyi and others felt that they had completed their mission. Soon, the group also returned to the base of the God War Department through the teleportation array. Let's add friends on the communicator. Bai Jingyi was already ready to leave. However, after taking 2 steps, she suddenly turned her head again and said casually, "Okay." Lin Chen nodded, but he didn't know that Bai Jingyi's friends were not easy to make. I don't know how many talented elites wanted to be Bai Jingyi's friends, but in the end they couldn't. Chu Shiren was so happy that he became a friend of Senior Bai Jingyi. If there is a chance for paddling in the future, why don't you bring them all with you? Bai Jingyi didn't think about it that much. She added a few people as friends. Just because I feel that the atmosphere of this team is very good and I feel comfortable staying with these people. After Bai Jingyi left, Lin Chen and the other 3 also returned to the base of Team 6. Then they discovered that someone had been waiting here for a long time. Captain Shen Yu, Our 9th team has taken a liking to this training room. You, Team 6, move quickly. The captain of the 9th team said with a joking expression. The 6th team's training ground is very large and equipped with a psychic array. Living and practicing in the training base of Team 6, your strength will increase very quickly. Lu Li, are you itchy again? Chu Shiren sneered. In the Divine War Department, the elite elites are not prohibited from competing with each other to compete for the training base. In the Divine War Department, there are many training bases. The quality of these training bases is also directly linked to their serial numbers. Lin Chen's training base is the number 103 training base. It can be understood that this training base is the 103rd ranked training base in the God War Department. Lin Chen didn't know much about these things yet. However, he could also see that this elite from the Divine War Department named Lu Li seemed to be looking for trouble for the first time. Senior Sister Shen Yu, what's going on? While Chu Shiren and Lu Li were tit for tat, Lin Chen also asked Senior Sister Shen Yu. In the Divine War Department, there are 150 numbered training bases. The training base numbered 1 is the best, and so on. Of course, in addition to these 150 numbered training bases, there are also those that are not numbered. Those unnumbered training bases have very poor training effects and almost no benefit effects. Lu Li's training base is an unnumbered base with no buffing effects. But I don't know why they have been coveting our training base number. 103. Almost every once in a while, this Lu Li comes to provoke once. Senior Sister Shen Yu told Lin Chen all the most important things in a few words. After Senior Sister Shen Yu finished speaking, Lin Chen also understood it completely. It turns out that in the God War Department, there is also such an operation as grabbing territory. On the other side, the confrontation between Lu Li and Chu Shiren continued. This time it is the same as before, 2 wins in 3 games, do you dare? Lu Li looked at Chu Shiren and Shen Yu and said casually. Come on, but how about adding some prizes this time? When Lu Li thought that Senior Sister Shen Yu would not agree anyway. He never thought that Senior Sister Shen Yu actually agreed at this time. What prizes? Lu Li asked almost subconsciously. At the same time, he was a little excited. All members of their 9th team are here. Although there are 3 people in the 6th team now. Among these 3 people, Senior Sister Shen Yu and Chu Shiren are not easy to mess with. But Lin Chen is different. Lu Li has already found out that Lin Chen is a useless person in a gifted profession. The term for a gifted profession is a production profession with certain combat abilities. To put it bluntly, it is a useless person who is not good at anything. Such a useless person can be easily defeated by anyone in the 9th squad. If we lose, the resources of our 6th squad for the next 3 months will be yours. If you lose, then your 9th squad. The resources for the next 3 months will be ours, do you dare? Facing this Lu Li who has repeatedly provoked her, Senior Sister Shen Yu is ready to teach him a lesson. If Lu Li doesn't know what it means to feel pain, he will definitely come again next time. Okay, but the duel method needs to be slightly adjusted. Lu Li agreed immediately. Senior Shen Yu was stunned, wondering what bad water Lu Li had come up with. After all, Lu Li had not left a good impression on her since they first met. If he was suddenly stabbed in the back, wouldn't it be a big loss? It's better to be cautious. How to adjust? Chu Shiren asked casually. He probably knew that Lu Li must think that Lin Chen was a soft persimmon. So at this juncture, he came to provoke the 6th team. But Lu Li was undoubtedly wrong. The Lord Boss that Senior Bai Jingyi had difficulty dealing with before. He was directly worn to death by Lin Chen. Did Lu Li think his life state is better than the mutated Lord Boss? Think that his brain is more iron than the mutated Lord Boss? It's very simple. This time it's still a 3-on-3 duel. It's just a matter of going into battle one by one until you lose. Lu Li's strategy was really aimed at Lin Chen. With this strategy, they can easily defeat Lin Chen. Then it was a 3-on-2 situation. Although Senior Sister Shen Yu and Chu Shiren were powerful. But it was obviously not easy for them to defeat 3 elites of the God War Department of similar level. Okay, when will it start? Lu Li and his group did not expect that Senior Sister Shen Yu would rush without even thinking about it this time. After Senior Sister Shen Yu agreed, Lu Li and his group were naturally ecstatic. In this case, our 8th team will also get involved. The winning team can get the other 2 teams resources for the next 3 months, hehe. A young man wearing a black cloak came over with a group of people. He is the captain of the 8th team, Lu Yan, who is very powerful. After Lu Yan came over, Shen Yu's expression did not change much. Lu Li on the side smiled. No one knows what he is up to. LV Yan, I can only say that you came at the wrong time. After Lu Li finished speaking, a figure as strong as a bear walked out from behind their team. Quote. Did Lu Shang come out of confinement? LV Yan's face was slightly fearful. Besides senior sister Shen Yu, Lin Chen was a little confused. Did their 6th team offend the public, or were they treated as soft persimmons? Everyone wanted to step on them. Junior brother Lin Chen, let me introduce these people to you briefly. The one wearing a black cloak is the captain of the 8th team, LV Yan. You already know the captain of the 9th team, Lu Li. Behind Lu Li, the guy who looks like a giant. His name is Lu Shang, and he is Lu Li's cousin. With mutant blood, he has a very strong ability to withstand blows. Senior sister Shen Yu simply told Lin Chen about these people. Lin Chen couldn't remember too much, but with a simple introduction, there was no problem. After Shen Yu finished speaking, Lin Chen also took note of these people. At this time, Lu Li also spoke. Since everyone agrees, let's enter the virtual fighting arena. After the voice fell, he also looked at Shen Yu and Lu Yan. Virtual fighting arena, what is this? Lin Chen asked with some curiosity. The virtual fighting arena is when we enter the battle cabin, and our consciousness enters a virtual space. You won't really get hurt or die in it, but all the feelings are the same as the real ones. Shen Yu thought about it and introduced it to Lin Chen very concisely. So that's it. After Shen Yu's introduction, Lin Chen also understood what the virtual fighting arena was about. Okay, let's start. Shen Yu nodded, she had no objection. Although there were still 2 members of the 6th team who were not there. But the 3 of them could also represent the strength of the 6th team. Let's start. Lu Yan also nodded. This time he wanted to take over the 9th team and the resources of the 6th team. In Lu Yan's opinion, the 6th team was completely a waste. As for the 9th team, Lu Shang was an unexpected factor, but it was not a big problem. The competition between the 3 teams did not cause much noise. The members of the 3 teams soon went to the virtual fighting field. There are many fighting halls here, and there are many virtual fighting cabins in each fighting hall. Soon, the 3 teams were in their positions. In the 8th team, Lu Yan was not the first to appear. He was going to be the last to appear, and the first to appear was a fair-skinned young man. In the 9th team, the first to appear was Lu Li. He was obviously ready to get a good start with his strength second only to Lu Shang. On the 6th team side, Chu Shiren was originally ready to take action. But he was stopped by Lin Chen. Let me go first. I have less combat experience. Lin Chen told the truth, he did not have much combat experience. Okay, Shen Yu and Chu Shiren both nodded. Letting Lin Chen be second or third would really put too much pressure on Lin Chen. After entering the virtual fighting cabin, Lin Chen, Lu Li, and the fair-skinned young man appeared in the fighting arena. Lu Li sneered and then attacked Lin Chen directly. Off the field, members of the 8th and 9th teams. After seeing this scene, they all smiled with gloating. This guy is miserable. He was killed by the captain as soon as he came on the field. Ha ha ha, the captain is too unkind. He bullies the weak right at the beginning. Ha ha ha, how long do you think he can last? I guess he can't even take 3 moves from the captain. His life state is empty. The people of the 9th team have full confidence in Lu Li. In the direction of the 8th team, Lu Yan didn't say much. He didn't need to express any thoughts on such an obvious thing. Lin Chen faced Lu Li like a sheep facing a tiger. There was no suspense at all. Senior sister Shen Yu and Chu Shuran showed a trace of solemnity. Although Lin Chen's strength is very strong, Lin Chen has little combat experience after all. Fighting with Tianzhao elites and fighting with monsters are completely different things. Although this Lu Li has a rebellious personality, Lu Li's strength is really not weak. Therefore, when Lu Li rushed towards Lin Chen, senior sister Shen Yu and Chu Shiren were still a little worried. On the field, seeing Lin Chen was unmoved, Lu Li had already revealed a grim smile on his face. He estimated that within 5 rounds, Lin Chen would definitely be eliminated by him. However, the scene that happened next made Lu Li's smile completely stiff. After Lu Li approached Lin Chen's mouth curled up a little. Death headshot, skill effect triggered, bang. After a gunshot, Lu Li's figure fell down. His life status was instantly reset to 0. As the captain of the 9th team, Lu Li was killed by Lin Chen in one shot. What the hell? Hiss. Suddenly, the whole field was dead silent. Everyone looked at Lin Chen with extreme shock. They never thought that Lin Chen could kill Lu Li in one encounter. Fake, right? This. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. The members of Team 9 were more than dumbfounded, they were going crazy. Why did this happen, and Lin Chen actually burst out with such strong power? No one would be surprised. What's more, it's them. The captain, who everyone had high hopes for, was killed instantly by Lin Chen. Fortunately, they kept saying just now that their captain's beating of Lin Chen was simply cruelty. Who would have thought that something like this would happen? This was a slap in the face too fast, like a tornado. In the direction of Team 8, everyone felt their stomachs hurt from laughing. They just saw with their own eyes how arrogant the people of Team 9 were. Result, just like this. Just like this. Just like this. Are they still happy? Isn't this a slap in the face, a slap in the face, and a slap in the face? It can be said that the members of Team 9 were so arrogant just now. Their expressions now are so funny. The funniest one is of course Lu Li. When he was ejected from the virtual fighting cabin, he was completely confused. Who I am? Where am I? What am I doing? Lu Li had no idea what had just happened. He saw a flash of red light, and then everything went black. Then, he was ejected from the virtual fighting cabin and appeared here. Haha, is the virtual fighting cabin malfunctioning? Lu Li scratched his head and looked at his team members and asked. He wanted to get a positive answer. Captain, you were killed. One of the team members said with a livid face. Haha, let me tell you, it must be me. Etc. What the hell, am I killed instantly? Impossible, this is obviously a malfunction in the virtual fighting cabin. Lu Li was in bad shape, how could he be killed instantly? He saw a flash of red in front of his eyes, and then black. Only one gunshot was heard. With his physique and equipment, ordinary bullets have no effect on him, right? However, no matter how much Lu Li didn't believe it. In the face of the results, he could only believe. The virtual fighting arena has already failed him. That means he really lost. In the virtual fighting arena, Lin Chen instantly killed Lu Liho with one shot. The fair young man was immediately frightened. He thought about 10,000 possibilities, but he never thought about this one. However, he had no idea of surrender and directly raised his sword. Prepare to move close to Lin Chen with 3 stages of slashing, then follow up with an upward pick, and then a splitting wave slash. Whoa, 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 who knows, he just took out his sword. Lin Chen's 3-stage slash had already reached his face. Top pick. After the 3-stage slash approached the fair young man, Lin Chen followed up with an upward kick, directly flying the fair young man away. Wave breaker. What this fair young man didn't expect was that Lin Chen used it directly. He wanted to use Lin Chen's methods to deal with him. This sounds a bit convoluted, but the fair young man is now stupid. Soul-eating demon ceiling slash. After the cracking wave passed, Lin Chen raised his hand and sucked. A terrifying suction force burst out instantly, and then the fair-skinned young man was pulled directly in front of Lin Chen. Lin Chen immediately slashed out without any hesitation. The figure of the fair young man also faded and disappeared in an instant, and his life state was completely reduced to 0. In the first competition, Lin Chen eliminated 2 people by himself. The key is that as of now, his health status is still full. This kid is a bit fierce. Is the talent career path so wild? No wonder the talented profession is a rogue profession. Before awakening, the advantages of talented professions are really quite big. Tisk. It's just mixed but not refined. When you meet a real master, you are nothing. After the elite finished speaking, he felt a chill run down his spine. Looking back, he found his captain looking at him coldly. If anything, Lin Chen is not even a fart. So what was it about him who was instantly killed by Lin Chen with one shot? Hey, Captain, don't worry. Tigers also take naps sometimes, don't they? If it's a head-to-head confrontation, or an actual battle. Lin Chen is definitely no match for the captain. After the elite finished speaking, the rest of the 9th team also nodded. At this time, the second competition also continued. Team 6, because Lin Chen has not been defeated, he can continue to fight. In the 9th team, the one who took action this time was not Lu Shang, but an assassin who had changed his profession from Dark Knight Messenger. They obviously planned to send a very agile master. To a great extent, Lin Chen has an advantage in firearms. After all, no matter how fast your firearm is, it's useless if you can't aim accurately. Team 8 sent a muscular woman. Looking at the opponent's arms that were thicker than his own thighs, Lin Chen felt a little bit of pressure. Soon, the second competition officially began. After the second competition started, the assassin of the 9th team used the instant shadow skill. He appeared behind Lin Chen, and the dagger in his hand touched Lin Chen for an instant. Revenge and counterattack. Bang! Before the elite could continue to attack, he was hit by a passive skill and was sent flying. Then he was useless. Reload the air bullet. Bang, bang, bang. Move and shoot. After releasing a skill, the elite did not have a second shot. He was controlled to death by Lin Chen and taken away directly. Ha! At the same time, the muscular girl of the 8th team also launched an attack at this moment. Bang, bang, bang. Such high defense. This was said by Lin Chen. Because the opponent rushed towards him directly like a Terminator. His bullets seemed to be scraping the opponent again. Reload the air bullet. Lin Chen did not dare to be careless and used special ammunition directly. Bang, bang, bang. However, under the opponent's huge power, the effect of the air bullet was not very obvious. Slide. As a last resort, Lin Chen could only perform a slide. However, the slide he performed this time was a reverse slide, mainly to distance himself from the muscular girl. There is no way, this muscular woman is too scary. After Lin Chen and the opponent pulled away, the opponent naturally rushed towards Lin Chen again. Oh my god, silver bullet loading. Bang bang bang. Lin Chen soon saw what it meant to be invulnerable. He also understood that he knew nothing about the muscular woman's defense. Because neither the floating bullet nor the silver bullet had much effect. This is bad. Garrett machine gun. Lin Chen said he couldn't stand it anymore. It can't be that even the machine gun has no effect, right? Flamethrower. This battle is definitely a difficult battle for Lin Chen. Although the death headshot is powerful, it needs to trigger the passive death effect to kill people instantly. Otherwise, although the power is good, it does not have a decisive effect. In the end, when Lin Chen was almost exhausted of his magic power, he defeated the opponent's life state. However, when the opponent was defeated, he smiled evilly at Lin Chen. Lin Chen smiled in his heart when he saw the other party's evil smile. Brother, is it possible that I'm in trouble? This joke is not to be taken. After Lin Chen won 2 games and eliminated 4 people directly, the eyes of everyone looking at Lin Chen also became solemn. It is obvious that Lin Chen's strength is not weak. He can become famous in such a short time without any effort. This, awesome. At least before awakening, Lin Chen had some special advantages. Thinking of this, for the next third battle, the 8th and 9th teams are particularly cautious. This battle is not an ordinary battle. After all, it is a strong against a strong. If they fail in the next game, they will fail 3 games in a row. Once the entire team is defeated, then for the next 3 months, all the resources and supplies of the 8th and 9th teams will be given to the 6th team. In the 6th team, senior sister Shen Yu and Chu Shuran were very surprised. Although Lin Chen was only a gifted profession, his performance was really amazing. However, when they thought of Lin Chen's gifted profession, they couldn't help but feel sad. Now Lin Chen is very powerful, but the gifted profession is also a great limitation to him. After everyone awakens, the gifted profession will have problems and very big weaknesses. From the first awakening, Lin Chen will continue to fall behind. The further he goes, the greater the gap between Lin Chen and them. If Lin Chen's achievements are achieved in 1, 2, or even 3 years, who can compare with him? Senior sister Shen Yu and Chu Shuran don't know. Lin Chen's full-time hunter profession is a profession that accumulates a lot. In the early stage, nothing can be seen, but as time goes by and accumulates. In the later stage, it will become stronger and stronger, stronger and stronger, and so strong that it is outrageous. After all, he can use the awakening methods of all professions, so he can't be weak. In addition, Hunter x Hunter also has a unique professional skill tree. He has the skills that other professions have. He also has skills that other professions don't have. Other elites may have more skill points because of their bloodline. After 18 years of sign-in accumulation, Lin Chen started with 100 million skill points. When others started, he was almost at the maximum level. Of course, it was only a relative maximum level, and he wanted to max out the skills of Hunter x Hunter. 100 million skill points is just a drop in the bucket. But then again, 100 million skill points may be something that many Tianzhou elites cannot get in their lifetime. While everyone was talking, the last crucial battle was about to begin. The 6th team was still Lin Chen. The 8th team was led by the captain of the 8th team, LV Yan. LV Yan's profession is also quite special. His profession even looks a bit like a gifted profession. However, LV Yan is not a gifted profession, but a relatively special and rare dark warrior. The dark warrior possesses most of the skills of the 4 types of combat professions: Berserker, Sword Soul, Asura, and Devil May Cry. Compared to a single combat profession, he seems to be more flexible. Of course, there may be a situation where he is not good at all, depending on personal practice. Among the many dark warriors, LV Yan is obviously not a dark warrior who is not good at all. Otherwise, he would not be invited to the God War department. Like so many classmates before Lin Chen, as of now, among hundreds of people in the whole grade, only he was invited to the God War department. The one who went to the 9th team was Lu Shang. Lu Shang is a Qigong master, but looking at his appearance, it is really hard to imagine that he would be a Qigong master. After Lu Shang and LV Yan appeared on the stage, the two of them also looked directly at Lin Chen in tacit understanding. Because Lin Chen had defeated 4 people, there was only one person left in both of their teams. Next, they will cooperate until there is only one person left in the 6th team, or no one left. When Lu Shang and Lu Yan looked over, Lin Chen didn't care much. He didn't feel any pressure now. Anyway, they still had 3 people. And with the previous battle, his confidence has increased a lot. He may not lose the next battle. When Lu Shang and Lu Yan rushed over, Lin Chen threw a grenade directly. Bang! When the grenade exploded, he also jumped into the air. Shoot in the air. Bang bang bang. At this time, Lin Chen actually wanted to take out the word of the elf. After all, it was a hand crossbow with a 5-fold firing rate. After activating the weapon skill of lightning and flint, during the duration, the firing rate can be doubled. In this way, it is directly 10 times the firing rate. Just ask if Lu Shang and Lu Yan are afraid of a hand crossbow with a 10-fold firing rate. After thinking about it, Lin Chen decided that there was no need to hide it. Anyway, the artifact of IV-15 is just a transitional artifact. After a while, he will definitely not use it. Immediately, Lin Chen also directly replaced the automatic pistol with a hand crossbow. Silver bullets loaded. Weapon skill activated. Lightning and flint in effect, 30 seconds remaining. Swish, swish, swish. In the virtual fighting arena, at this moment, it seemed as if it had become a world of arrows. When Lin Chen used the automatic pistol just now, Lu Yan and Lu Shang were able to rush over despite the hail of bullets. Now, in the eyes of the two of them, there were only patches of blinding silver. Lin Chen had never used a bullet pistol before. After the silver bullet is fired, the CD does not cool down. This time it was amazing. After he finished shooting the silver bullet arrows, the CD of the silver bullet did not cool down. Even, it only cooled down by a quarter. One can imagine how incredible the rate of fire of the Elven language is. Loading bombs. Reload explosive bombs. Freeze bomb reload. Bang bang bang. Anyway, he has a lot of special bullets and the CD has not cooled down, so why not just try them all again? After Lin Chen did this, Lu Yan and Lu Shang were simply numb. The two of them had no chance to attack amid countless barrages. This is not the difference between the two and Lin Chen, it is really that big. But they were overwhelmed by the endless attacks on Lin Chen. Bang bang bang, bang bang bang. On Lin Chen's side, the durability of elf's language has been used up. Yes, he is simply not a human being, coming down from an attack. The durability of the weapon has been destroyed. After the weapon ran out of durability, he could only switch back to dual guns. Just now Lu Yan and Lu Shang were on defense with all their strength. Although his health status has dropped a lot, he still has the strength to fight. But, when the two people rushed over, Lin Chen also put away the two guns in his hands, and a staff floated directly behind him. What the hell? What the hell? A magician's weapon. Isn't it? For Lin Chen, it was a matter of talent and profession. Everyone knows it, but they had no idea that Lin Chen had skills other than being a swordsman and a sharpshooter. He can actually use the skills of a magician. Attribute conversion. Thunder. Magic ball burst. After using the staff, Lin Chen raised his hand and threw 6 thunder beads over. Tisk la la. Sizzling, sizzling. 6 thunder balls hit Lu Shang, causing his hair to stand straight. Lu Shang was also completely angry. How dare you ignore him and even shock him? This is nothing but naked humiliation. He couldn't bear this kind of humiliation and was unwilling to accept it. But, what can he do? But if he loses, he really can't swallow this breath. No, you have to cheer up and deal with it properly. Continue to defend, although you can find opportunities to turn defeat into victory. But this way of playing is really frustrating. He had to show Lin Chen some color. Tornado kick. Lu Shang suddenly jumped into the air, and then used a whirlwind kick to approach Lin Chen. Mysterious fire shield. Lu Shang was seen jumping in the air. Lin Chen cast a curse seal spell on his hand. Then a blazing flame shield appeared instantly. The flame shield also suddenly attacked Lu Shang in midair. Good opportunity. Seeing this scene, Lu Yan was ecstatic. Even his heart was beating violently. When Lin Chen cast the spell, he obviously had no time to pay attention to him. This time was the best time for him to take action against Lin Chen. I had received so many severe beatings just for this moment. Ghost Step. Lu Yan instantly used his Ghost Step skill and appeared in front of Lin Chen in an instant. Futamio formation. Death to labor. If Lu Yan didn't make a move, he would act accordingly. Once he made a move, it would be the decisive move. Bang. Unexpectedly, at this moment, a cloud of mist exploded from Lin Chen's body. Immediately, a scarecrow the size of a palm was rolled into the immovable king formation by Lu Yan and spun around in circles. Lin Chen's body fled into a corner. Ghost Step. Futamio formation. Then, in Lu Yan's incredible eyes, Lin Chen directly used his method to repay him. A ghostly step came to his side, and then he rolled Lu Yan into the Fudo Ming king formation and turned around. When Lin Chen used all his strength to deal with Lu Yan, Lu Shang, who was knocked away by the Xuanwo shield just now, also suddenly rushed over. Qi Jade Bullet. Lu Shang didn't hesitate, he directly raised his hand and fired a Qi Jade Bullet. Teleport. The weapon behind Lin Chen instantly turned into a staff. Then he also used the teleportation skill to avoid the range attracted by the Qi Jade Bullet. Bang. Not long after the gas jade bomb exploded, Lu Shang's Qi Jade Bullet naturally missed. After the Qi Jade Bullet was empty, Lu Shang was not angry. He had bought Lu Yan time. But Lu Shang was not idle either. Thinking of Qi Wave. Boom. Charge the energy wave. After accumulating strength, Lu Shang suddenly sent a wave of energy and flew towards Lin Chen. Thinking Qi Mask. When Lu Shang's Nian Qi wave hit, Lin Chen used the Nian Qi shield unkindly. Then everyone present was completely dumbfounded. What the hell is this? Even if Lin Chen is a talented profession, he can't have so many skill points, right? Yeah, how come he knows all the skills? Cut. Bite off more than you can chew. If you add any skills, you will end up with a mixed bag but not a perfect one. No matter what skill you have, you will never be able to upgrade it to the full level in the end. Lu Li sneered, even though he was Lin Chen's defeated general. But what he is saying now, absolutely no one can say that he is wrong. That makes sense, only in the early or even middle stages of an awakening. He is too rogue for this talented profession. After the elite finished speaking, everyone around him smiled bitterly. Because what he said is right. Lin Chen is bound to be mixed but not refined. You may even encounter skill confusion. The talent profession is completely different from Lu Yan's dark warrior profession. Although the dark warrior has many skills, those skills form a special system of their own. Talented professions have many skills, but they are like a hodgepodge. While everyone was talking about it, they were also checking the situation on the field. Under the gaze of everyone, the battle between Lin Chen, Lu Shang, and Lu Yan seemed to be coming to an end. Come down to the tyrant Barak. But, in everyone's opinion, Lin Chen only had the skills of swordsman, sharpshooter, and qigong master. Unexpectedly, Lin Chen actually changed his weapon to a scepter. Then, he directly used the skills of the necromancer. Can this still be fun? This. Well, later, Lu Shang and Lu Yan on the court were also dumbfounded. They didn't even understand what was going on, so they were stabbed twice. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This skill of the necromancer is to summon a huge undead to fight together. At this moment, a huge undead soul appeared next to Lin Chen. Its movements and attack frequency were in sync with Lin Chen. But his figure is very huge, and Lu Shang, who is as strong as an iron tower, is in front of him. He's just a little man, not even as tall as Barak's calves. The big knife in Barak's hand was as huge as a door panel. It's no problem to use it as a door. Under Lin Chen's endless skills, Lu Shang and Lu Yan were not killed instantly by Lin Chen, but their life state. As time went by, they were still consumed bit by bit by Lin Chen. After the life state of the two was consumed, Lin Chen naturally won. He alone directly killed 2 elite teams of the God War Department. When this news came out, it immediately attracted the attention of the top leaders of the God War Department. For a long time, the gifted profession has been a marginalized group. Because the gifted profession is miscellaneous and not refined, there is almost no value in training. Most of the elites of the gifted profession cannot complete the awakening. Even Lin Chen, everyone thinks he can't awaken. But today's battle still let everyone see the huge potential of the gifted profession. At least in the early and middle stages of an awakening stage, the gifted profession has a super huge advantage. In the meeting room of the God War Department, the video of Lin Chen and others' previous battles was also played in a loop. The 12 members of the God War Department, the heads of the 4 major war zones, and the 3 chairmen, 1 principal and 2 vice chairmen. At this time, everyone was watching this video very seriously. After watching it, Yuan Shugong, the head of the Eastern Theater, spoke first. There are a lot of battlefields in the God War land in the early and middle stages of awakening. These battlefields also require a lot of manpower to defend. Now it seems that the gifted profession, the performance in the early and middle stages of an awakening seems to be very good. Under such circumstances, next, maybe we can pay attention to some elites of gifted professions. After Yuan Shugong finished speaking, some people in the conference room nodded secretly. Although the rest of the people disagreed, they did not object. Although the elites of other gifted professions may not be as strong as Lin Chen. But if there are some elites like Lin Chen again, then the students of gifted professions are also worth cultivating. Even if they cannot complete an awakening, they are completely responsible for the battle under an awakening. Lin Chen naturally didn't know that he had become famous in the God War Department again. He was very comfortable at this moment, and came out of the virtual fighting cabin with great pleasure. In the Divine War Department, the 6th Squadron, the 8th Squadron, and the 9th Squadron compete in a battle. Not many people knew about it, so Lin Chen and the other 2 would not publicize it everywhere. As for Lu Li, Lu Yan and their teammates, they are almost crying right now. How can they talk about this? This was completely beyond their expectation. Who is this kid? What kind of circuit is in his mind? Why doesn't he play his cards according to the routine? How can we accept the move like this? What a pain. Extremely painful. In the next 3 months, the resources of their 2 teams were replenished. All of them are members of the 6th team, although they do not rely entirely on resource supplies for training. But 3 months of resource supplies is definitely not a small amount. After finishing the battle with the 6th team, Lin Chen felt that he should be able to breathe a sigh of relief. Unexpectedly, Yuan Shugong, the head of the Eastern Theater Command who had invited him to join the Divine War Department, would appear in front of a few people. After Yuan Shugong came over, he patted Lin Chen on the shoulder and then said, "You did a great job. Next, the Divine War Department will focus on cultivating a group of elites with talented professions. Your amazing performance has shown us that the elites of talented professions also have the hope to shine in the God War Department." When Yuan Shugong said these words, Lin Chen smiled bitterly in his heart. Because he is not an elite in the talent profession, but a full-time hunter. Of course, it is also a good thing for the Divine War Department to pay attention to the elites of talented professions. A person's origin and bloodline should not completely determine everything about that person. After awakening, the talent profession does not have much advantage. But in the early and middle stages of an awakening, it obviously still plays a big role. Furthermore, if there is a pearl left in the sea, we will really discover the special features of some talented professional elites. So for many people, there is undoubtedly another opportunity to change their destiny. After the God War Department began to pay attention to talented professions, many students with poor backgrounds and ordinary blood were not completely desperate. But in the next month, the God War Department will select 6 teams from the first grade of the God War Department for a 30-day training. You, the 6th team, are very lucky to be one of the 6 teams. When Yuan Shugong said these words, Lin Chen really thought that their 6th team was lucky. Senior sister Shen Yu's beautiful face has changed. How can this be luck? This is simply unlucky. This time, after a month of devil training, they were selected again. Can it be fair? Their team has already been drawn twice, right? When the lot is drawn, can't they be allowed to draw it themselves? Chu Shiren's face turned pale. Every time he trained, he would lose half his life in training. This is not an exaggeration, but an accurate description. During the training, Chu Shiren felt several times that he was going to be trained to death. Seeing the expressions of Senior Shen Yu and Chu Shiren, Lin Chen instantly realized something was wrong. This 1-month training camp should be a little different from what he imagined. Otherwise, why would Chu Shiren and senior sister Shen Yu have such expressions now? He just didn't wait for Lin Chen to ask what the 1-month training camp was and what the training content was. Yuan Shugong had already left here. After Yuan Shugong left, Lin Chen could only ask senior sister Shen Yu and Chu Shiren. This kind of 1-month training seems very painful, Lin Chen said with some uncertainty. He had only joined the God War Department not long ago, and he didn't understand the training of the God War Department at all. But you can tell by looking at Senior Shen Yu's face and Chu Shiren's face. This kind of training must be very painful. Well, this kind of month-long training is also called devil training. Because in this kind of training, there is a quota for death. When senior sister Shen Yu mentioned the death quota, Lin Chen was dumbfounded. Could it be that in such a training camp, 6 of their teams are required to fight each other? If that's the case, it's completely unnecessary. They are all an important force in resisting the crisis in the land of gods of war, and there is absolutely no need for internal friction. Senior Shen Yu, what is this death quota used for? Lin Chen asked with great confusion in his heart. The death quota means that death is allowed during training. In past training, it was said that some elites could not withstand the high-intensity training and were directly trained to death. Senior sister Shen Yu said this, and Chu Shiren on the side also nodded. This is true, and in the first 2 training camps, I felt like I was going to be trained to death. Chu Shiren said with a wry smile, if it weren't for this, he wouldn't be so afraid of the training camp. This kind of training is held once a month. Generally speaking, you only get it once a year. But this year, our 6th team has already trained twice. When senior sister Shen Yu said this, she simply couldn't complain anymore. After senior Shen Yu finished speaking, Lin Chen also had a general understanding of this devil training. To put it simply, in the next month, they will undergo very rigorous training. During the training process, there may even be deaths, which requires attention. In addition, the duration of this training is 30 days. Therefore, no matter what, as long as they can hold on for 30 days, there will be no problem. Thinking of this, Lin Chen felt relieved. With his strength and accumulation, as well as his various means, he would not die in the training. No matter what kind of devil training it was, he would definitely hold on for 30 days. The 6 groups selected this time included the 6th team, the 8th team and the 9th team. Sometimes fate is so wonderful that the 8th and ninth teams were beaten up by Lin Chen. Now the members of the 8th and ninth teams have to follow them to participate in the training camp again. Alas, I should have taken a long-term task earlier. In this way, I can be like those 2 guys and don't have to participate in this training camp. Chu Shiren said with emotion. The other 2 guys he mentioned were the other 2 members of the 6th team. Don't they have to come back for training? Lin Chen was a little surprised. He originally thought that such a training camp must require the participation of all members. Therefore, the other 2 members who have not returned to the team will definitely come back as soon as possible. But Lin Chen didn't expect that the other 2 didn't need to train. They are carrying out a long-term mission and are now in a relatively inner area of the God War land. They don't need to participate in the training before the mission is over. Of course, if we are still training, their mission will be over. Then the 2 of them will also have to train with us. Senior sister Shen Yu briefly explained to Lin Chen, and she was thinking in her heart. How should we deal with the next training? News of the training camp quickly spread among the teams. It caused a lot of discussion among the people. Training camp, have you heard about the training camp? I really don't want to go, but I have to go now. Yes, now we have no choice but to bite the bullet, we must resist. It's necessary, come on. Come on. Compared to other things, many members of the team seemed to be extremely concerned about the training. Lin Chen soon knew that what everyone was most concerned about was, has your team been drawn? The team that was drawn, no matter how strong or weak it was like a concubine. Those teams that have not been drawn are about to put on lights and have a celebration party. While everyone in Lin Chen was waiting, the training time came soon. Lin Chen had never participated in a training camp before, but senior sister Shen Yu and Chu Shiren had both participated. At the beginning of the training, senior sister Shen Yu also took Lin Chen and Chu Shiren to the training place to gather. When they arrived here, there were already 5 other team members waiting here. Of course, although some members of the other 5 teams arrived, not all were present. Lin Chen and the others arrived later, but the 6th team was the first to arrive. Every member of the 6th team is here, plus 10 points. At this time, Yuan Shugong's voice suddenly came from not far away. Hearing Yuan Shugong's words, the other team members were completely dumbfounded. Is there still such an operation? I cried. If I had known about our team, we would have all come here together. What the hell? After Yuan Shugong finished speaking, the elites of other teams were extremely dumbfounded. In fact, Lin Chen was also dumbfounded, because he didn't know what this kind of points was used for. But you can tell by looking at the looks of the elites from other teams. In training camps, points are definitely very useful. Senior Shen Yu, what are the points used for? Lin Chen looked at Shen Yu curiously and asked. After he asked, Shen Yu also said excitedly. Points are team points. After the team's points reach 2%, we can end the training camp. The team's initial points are 0. If points are deducted, the difficulty of the training will increase relatively. If a team ends its training session, its points will still be negative. Then this team still needs to participate in the next training camp. During the training camp, there were a lot of projects. All these projects are conducted in teams. If any member of the team fails, then the entire team will fail and points will be deducted as appropriate. In short, points are very useful in training camps. After Senior Shen Yu explained to Lin Chen naturally knew that they had taken advantage. This 10 points is obviously not so easy to obtain in training. The training hasn't started yet, but their team has scored 10 points, which can be said to be a good start. After the 6th team, Lu Li and his team from the 9th team also arrived second. Unfortunately, the second team to arrive did not receive any reward. Not long after, members of other teams also arrived one after another. At the end, Lu Yan's 8th team was the last to arrive. Team 8 is the last to arrive, 10 points deducted. As soon as Yuan Shugong said these words, Lu Yan's face turned earthy for an instant. He looked back at the last few team members, as if he wanted to eat people. Everyone in the 8th team was also completely dumbfounded. This time the devil training seemed to be more rigorous than before. From the moment everyone arrived at this place, the training started quietly. After everyone had arrived, Yuan Shugong continued to speak. This training camp is very different from the past. Because this training camp will be completed in 3 stages. Every 10 days is a stage. At the end of a stage, the team with the lowest points will be eliminated directly. Next training camp, we will continue to participate in the training camp with the 6 teams drawn next time. When Yuan Shugong said this rule, all the elites were present. Except for Lin Chen, everyone else's expressions were extremely ugly. In the past, when participating in training camps, unless too many points were deducted, you would need to participate in the next training camp. This time it's amazing, 1 team will be eliminated in each stage. This means that in 3 stages, 3 teams will be eliminated. Only half of the 6 teams here can successfully complete the training. Thinking of this, everyone secretly became nervous. Team 8, where Lu Yan and others were located, almost burst into tears at this moment. They deducted 10 points before the training camp even started. In case of the following training, no points will be deducted from other teams. Then their team would be the first to be eliminated. Thinking of this, Lu Yan only felt that one head was as big as 2. Senior sister Shen Yu and Chu Shiren breathed a sigh of relief. It's a big bargain this time. I got an extra 10 points as soon as I got here. In the following training, even if we make some mistakes, it won't be a big problem. After senior sister Shen Yu finished speaking, Chu Shiren on the side also nodded. To be honest, their luck this time was really good. In previous training camps, such things have never happened. The training camp starts now. In the first phase of training, each team will have a trainer. You just need to complete the training tasks according to the trainer's requirements. Hearing Yuan Shugong say this, Lin Chen frowned slightly. In this way, the training tasks of different teams should be different. In this way, isn't it very unfair? It is obvious that Lin Chen is not the only one who has this question in his mind. Because not far from him, Lu Yan has raised his hand. Speak. After Lu Yan raised his hand, Yuan Shugong also spoke casually. Sir, in this way, will the training content of different teams be different? After Lu Yan finished speaking, the eyes of the people around him all looked at Yuan Shugong. Yes, Yuan Shugong did not hide it and nodded directly. However, he quickly continued. The purpose of the training camp is to help you grow and improve. Help you move up from your current position. The content of the training camp may be different, but the purpose of the training camp, that is, the ultimate goal of the training camp, is the same. As long as every member of the team can move up, then the training mission is successful. If a team member fails to do so, then the training mission is not completed. After Yuan Shugong said this, everyone completely lost their temper. This is the strength of Yuan Shugong. Obviously, the training content is different. But this guy just makes everyone feel that I am doing this for your good. And, to a great extent, your training is fair. After Yuan Shugong finished speaking, he looked at the many elites again. Any other questions? After he asked, Lu Li decisively raised his hand. Sir. However, before Lu Li could speak, Yuan Shugong said something that shocked everyone. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.